part of your hand. Right here, your palm, right? Think about when you hit your palm on things. You'll never hurt your palm. Now do that with your knuckles. It will hurt. It will hurt. That's why palm strikes are the way to go. The problem is naturally with a palm, we feel comfortable like this. This feels comfortable. This feels strong, you know. But this is how you get boxer fracture, boxer puncher fracture. You know what that is? Where that middle bone breaks right there from making that contact with that front knuckle. It's not meant to happen. These aren't meant to be strikers.
Yeah, hammer fist is also a good one.
Hammer fist is good. Yep, I like hammer fist.
It's very durable.
But like, if you ever watch Bas Rutten, do you know who that is by any chance? He's a famous fighter. UFC, a bunch of things. Pancreas, one of the baddest mans to ever walk the planet.
One of the baddest mans.
One of the baddest mans to ever walk the planet, hands down. Bas Rutten he would have beaten any era. Put it that way. He's one of them guys where he adapted, bro. So if you watch Bas Rutten fight, it's palm strikes, dude. He palm strike you all day, groundwork, anything.
Which makes sense because it's like it's a jabby, durable part of your hand. You know.
You want me to tell you some adaptation they're doing now in the UFC, bro? So like that guy Kazmat Chimaev, you heard about him? The guy was talking about in the group chat and shit.
Yeah,
little Russian. He's got a good thing going, bro. If you pay attention, right, when he's like striking someone on the ground, he actually turns his fist over and exposes the knuckles that are available, which are these. And he hits them in the face with these knuckles, bro. A lot of people are going to start doing that. Watch, everybody. Watch that. And you see, I guarantee you, everyone's going to start doing that. That is very smart. I don't know who taught him that, but it's a very good idea. When you have the opponent, you're able to hit them. A lot of times you get tired anyway. So instead of taking a break, you're just trying to get that knuckle on skin. I want to create cut. You know, I want to cut. These are blocked. These aren't. Yeah. I never thought about that. It's very smart.
Yeah, I mean, you want to use what's available to you in these types of scenarios. I mean, like one of the things that, like, I remember, like, you see a lot of people that will punch with like these like bad boys out. Like you got your fingers like dug in like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you can kind of get someone.
You probably don't want to do that one though.
Yeah, but
that's like a joke frogger.
You don't hit no one in the face like that. You know what I'm saying? But like like. If you let's say like you're on the ground tussling somewhere, it's a good way to get like some extra like
The thing about it is like imagine you got that. You've never actually punched anyone with that, and neither have I. Yeah. But it's easy to tell, right? So you do that with any finger, right? And now punch that wall. Do you think that when you pull your hand back, your finger's still going to be like that?
Oh, hell yeah!
You think so?
Oh fuck yeah!
That bitch is going to be mashed out exactly where the rest of them are.
One thing I was taught was mind over matter. As far as I'm concerned, that wall is matter.
Just picture. Just want you to picture about that punch real quick, though. Just really think about that punch real quick. It's actually not good at all. Just hit something. Hit something right now. Hit that wall. Hit this right now. See, that's not a punch. See, you did like this. That's different. You're talking about like leading, basically. You know, like people give a frogger. You know what I mean? So you still have to make the punch hand. What you're doing is like if I was doing like this, you know, trying to punch like a thing.
And I'm saying like keep it tucked in, you know what I'm saying? It's like
right. So you're saying like this?
I'm saying like
are you saying like this?
I'm not saying hold them out. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta bulge out a little bit.
Like that?
You know? And it's just like I said, that's good like when you're like up close in a tussle.
Right. Okay. I like when you're not going for full power.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just like
you're
contact.
You're close.
I'm cutting you up.
I'm not trying to throw these at you all day. You know what I'm saying?
But like we get close. I'm throwing a left hook. I'll put that in there, try to get a little eye socket or something.
Yeah.
Bow, bitch. You know? Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. That's what I love the most about fighting is the little intricate parts. I'm just amazed, bro. Like there's just certain things I think people don't get that like I realize. And I'm not saying I'm great. I think a lot of fighting fans realize what's like, I just want to make sure, like, do you understand that like when you are watching John Jones, you're watching the best fighter to ever walk earth. You're not watching the best fighter that exists today. You're watching the best fighter to ever walk earth. Like he would beat anyone throughout history, dude. He's the best fighter on planet Earth of all time. It doesn't.
Hands, but he loses in a sword fight.
Dude, don't teach him swords. 6'5", 80-inch reach, heavyweight, with 4.3 speed, and you want to give him a sword?
I'm not saying give him a sword.
Dude, all I'm saying is, listen, it's only good if you got a sword and he doesn't. You know, if he got the sword and you got a sword, you're at just as much of a disadvantage, bro. You're going down. Mm-hmm. And don't let him get close because he's going to use that. It's just, I don't think people understand that. Like, name any person in humankind history, John Jones would beat them in a 1-on-1 fight. It's crazy to think about. Like, I don't think people process that, but like, it's crazy seeing a man that's the best fighter to ever live. It's very wild to me. I was like, you're the most dangerous natural species that the earth ever produced. You get what I'm
And he's
saying? With
trained.
no
And
weapon,
he's trained.
with no weapons, you're the most dangerous species earth ever produced is John Jones. It's crazy.
It's just, and in a world like I think so, I think it's extremely hard to process because in a world where that guy could be, you know, below you in a sense, you know, because of the way this type of you know, power structure and hierarchy is set up in our type of society, where like, you know, it doesn't matter that he has those abilities. I mean, of course, in this
Right. He's not
reality,
Jeff
in
Bezos.
this reality, he has an avenue for his talent and ability. But you know, I mean, whole time if there was no UFC, he could probably just end up as like a janitor or some shit. And you know, like
Very true, but
you know,
right, but let's do that, right? Now let's do it a fun way. Let's go back to Rome time, right?
Yeah, yep.
Then what's he become, Steve?
Yeah, oh, he's probably becoming emperor.
Whatever land he wants, brother, you better bank and you better stab. You better figure something out, dude, because not one person on planet Earth is beating him 1-on-1.
That's where it's like you don't do no type of like warrior type shit with him. You just like, all right, bro, you can just have it. I'm not gonna. He's like, he approaches the king, just like, you know, fight me 1-on-1.
Nope, it's the way I always tell you. It's
emperor.
Steve, it's the way I always tell you. I try and beat a guy.
That's
like
why
that.
you need guns.
No. See, you can have the no. See, you're talking about. We talked about this before, right? Where you're saying a 1-on-1 fight, whoever wins, they win the war, right?
Whoever for I was saying for the throne.
For the throne, whatever it is, whatever, right? Whatever it is, 1-on-1 battle, right? And what are the rules, right? So this is the most important part to me, right? I've thought about this for so many times. Don't ask why. But this is the most important is when you're establishing the rules, right? Because when I establish the rules, I want to go, okay, John. So the rule is that we're going to go out there in this open of this field and we're going to fight we're not going to bring any weapon there. You know, obviously whatever weapons there you can use, but we're not going to bring any weapons out to the middle of this field right now. And me and you are going to fight until one of us dies. Is that the rule? I just want to clear that out. Is that the rules of that style of fight?
I would assume it's Agni Kai.
I just want to know.
You know, I mean, this is a straight up, there's no clothing, no armor. It's just straight up hands.
In the middle of the field, right? Yeah. Until someone dies. It cannot end before someone dies, right? Yeah. Okay, then. And that's why I established my rules perfectly, right? I get you out there in that middle, right? Here's my thing, brother. You can have the longest reach you want, and you can have the fastest time of running you want, and you can have whatever extra advantages you got. But now, brother, it's a sleep battle. It's a sleep battle, brother, because I'm evading. I'm not even going to be within 300 yards of you in this field, and we're going to be in sleep deprivation, dog. Let's see whose body takes more calories every day. Let's see who needs more protein. Let's see if big old John at 240 pounds is doing good on day 6.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you could actually do that, bro.
You said we fight till we die. In the middle of a field. That's what the rule is. That is what Achilles thought.
I never was like, I was never under the impression it'd be a 300-yard space. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
50 yard. I always evade. I evade.
Bro, I was thinking like a 10 by 10 space.
Nah, bro. Nah, brother. Let me tell you how this
surrounded by people and it's like, all right, fine.
Let me tell you how the war with me works, right? At the end of the day, you guys think there's bloodshed? There's not. It's actually me and John 15 feet apart sitting on the ground staring at each other trying not to go to sleep. That's what the fight would become because that's my only chance to win. You get what I'm saying? I would have to make it that kind of fight where it's like, you nod out, I'll put the stone in your head. If you nod out, I'll put the stone in your head.
It's like, you know, it's like you're surrounded by both armies. You got like maybe like a 10 by 10 square.
Have you seen Troy? Have you seen Troy?
No.
That's not how it works. No. That's not how it works in Troy.
That's how it works in Troy, you know? But
I mean, what do you do in your own? That's how it works in your world? It's the version you created? I'm talking about an actual historical documented movie that they tried to be factually based off of factual events that happened. Your own imaginary version of how that fight goes down.
The whole thing is like a Hollywood spin, regardless of whatever. It's okay. Everything's okay. So they're trying to be factual. So everything's factual now. Okay.
No, I'm saying at least they got some basis of it where your basis is just Stevens. Because I'll just bet you to be 10 people in the closet and you scrap it till it's dead. Well, that could happen. I'm not saying.
What happened in Troy?
Dude, I'm not saying you're wrong.
What happened in Troy?
And I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is how they do it in Troy. So both armies come there. It's Achilles. And then the Greece leader, the Greece king, goes and meets up with, I forget who it is, some random country. And they got a big army too. And they both come out, and he says, the Greece king says, we can shed all of this. We can shed all of this blood here today, or everyone can go home to their families, except for one man. And then the guy says, "What do you propose?"
Okay.
And he goes, "I'll send my best fighter, and you send your best fighter, or meet in the middle, and whoever wins this war. The other army will be allowed to turn around and go back home, but we now own your land." They agree to it. So they go back. Classic war films. There's that gap between armies.
Yeah,
Like you can imagine, like Lord of Rings, like anything like that, where there's that gap. So there's that gap. Achilles comes out front of the army. Their guy comes out, which is this big, huge, fucking white Viking looking dude. And they both charge to the middle.
Okay.
And that's where the fight takes place. Now, obviously, Achilles is an experienced killer with a weapon.
What I'm saying is that, so in that setting, you think you could just run away?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not running away, right?
Or evading,
Okay. So why isn't defense considered a form of fighting?
No, I'm not. No one said that at all. I'm just wondering what you're like. I'm
evading.
Do you think you're just like?
I'm gonna evade.
Open field,
I'm gonna evade. I'm evading. If you get me, you get me, brother. But I'm not going to engage in combat with someone 5 times the size of me with all the physical advantages unless I feel Achilles style, where I'm like, I know I'm nice with this bitch. I don't feel that. I'm not nice with these. I don't know how to throw a kick or anything. So I'm going to try and beat you with the one thing I think I could maybe beat John Jones in, which is crazy. It's just a mental battle, bro. It's the only chance I got. I'm just going to try to beat you in a mind game, dude, of just like sleep deprivation, trash talk, defense. That's my strategy. That's all I got, Steve.
He like chases you down like it's just like with blazing speed.
How else do I beat John? That's what I'm saying. How else?
But he just sprints you down. In
it is what it is.
Seconds.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I tried. I was like, start. He just pictured me like, start. Got him, dick. Ideally, I want it to be in a fucking street where we just say, look, we're both going to fight until one of us die, and I'm just going to run in and out of houses and hide in this neighborhood until I get him, That's how I want it to be, but you got me in an open environment. I gave you that. Yeah. So now we're in an open environment. Look, you sent me to win the war for you, brother, right? I don't have advantages. This guy has all the advantages, so I'm going to find the only way that I can probably send my families. I can get home to my family today. And the only way I'm going to get home to my family with John Jones is probably to bitch and rhyme for as long as possible and hope that he gets it.
A lot of what I've seen, like, in a lot of, like, whether it be fancy, it's most of it's fancy. Like, this is the way I've imagined it. Like they did it in Harry Potter. They also did it in, like, Avatar: Last Airbender, where like they were on like a dueling platform and like this is all they had, and they scored up in the middle. And it was what it was, but those were like magic battles and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's such a disadvantage. So
like,
why would I'll never agree to that fight. Never mind. The whole armies are fighting.
I was gonna say, like, I'd imagine, like, hopefully we had, like, if they sent out John Jones, we had our own John Jones type of style, like, just like at least someone close. Where it's like we had someone at least 6'4", maybe like 7-9 inches of reach, just like something.
John Jones thing, it goes with the whole. He's at 79. He's got 84, so he's got a 5-inch reach.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I mean?
We also find another 84-inch reach.
Just think about this.
I'm just saying we got to get someone.
Dude, what in 50 years, right? I'm going to be telling some kid, I'm going to be like, the greatest fighter to ever live, right? It was John Jones. He's the greatest fighter ever lived, and both of his brothers were NFL players.
Yeah, I did forget about that.
What? Dude, someone needs to go get John Jones fucking sperm right now, dude. They need to get John Jones sperm. Fucking Serena Williams' sperm, dude. LeBron's sperm. Like, we need all the elites, dude. We got to get them for the superhumans. And it's simple as that.
Hold on. You beat John by kicking him in the balls and picking his ass.
You wouldn't have a chance, bro. Listen, here's the thing. See how easy that is for him to think? How many times has Gary been kicked in the balls? Maybe. Just do this for me. How many times has Gary been kicked in the balls? Maybe 2 or 3, right? John Jones is a professional fighter. You don't think he's never been kicked in the cup? Happens all the time. He's taken 100 ball shots, and that didn't put him down. So, Gary, I hope you not only can land that ball shot, but also have the strength to land a powerful enough ball shot. Because if you do not get him down with that, now you have an angry John Jones. Now you can't even play your mental games anymore because he's chasing.
You were onto something because all these, like, it's like these athletic, like, phenoms, bro. It was like you just make superhumans this way, man. It's like straight up.
Seriously, bro, just combine their DNAs and
Like
figure it out.
LeBron has insane athleticism at 6'8", 250.
I like Gary's eye idea. That's the only way. Obviously, you get to the eyes. You can try like some dust in the eyes, but he's not dumb. You get what I'm saying? He's also has the highest fight IQ ever.
Yeah, so I'm thinking,
you know, so it's like if you thinking of throwing dust in, by the time you grab the dust, you go to throw in his eyes, he's got dust in your eyes.
Well, hold on. So let's say that you do get dust in his eyes. Well, then what?
Right.
I know weapon.
Right.
What do you do? We then tackle him.
Right.
So now he's where.
This is true, Garrett. This is true,
He
Garrett.
doesn't need his eyes after that.
Don't ever say Mayweather's 500 because he evades. First of all, I'm going to say this once again. This is the problem with all fighting scoring. I've been saying it for years. Defense is not scored, okay? So Mayweather has the best defense on planet Earth that you ever seen in the boxing ring. Like, it's not. Why would I engage in a battle if you can't hit me? If I know I can make you not hit me at all tonight, why would I let you hit me once? So that Gary can say I'm a real fighter in Baltimore tonight, you know? Yeah, I'm going home to my family how I came in the ring. The fighters are going the same way with that police mindset, the same way with that army mindset. I'm going home to my family healthy tonight. So if I've trained 25 years, put a million fucking hours in this gym to know how to move my head, to catch you in your openings, then I'm going to use my shit, boy. And that's why he's 50-0. That's why he's a billionaire. That's why they're still chasing fights for 43 years old. When you talk about Floyd, talk about the best to ever do it, bro. And just simple as that. And let's get something clear. No, I'm sorry. I'm a fight fan, so I got to get some things straight, okay? Let's go some things, because I'm not a Floyd fan, but I will get some things straight. Look at Floyd's first, I believe, 33 fights. It's 28 knockouts, right? Look at some of the best guys. He's knocked them out, bro. What happened was Floyd, they call him brittle hands now. He broke his hand so many times, bro. So much training from the time he was a child. His hands are brittle, dude. So he can't even work shit like that. He no longer could hit how he did when he was 25. He had to adapt his style. Now it's a point fighting style because I can't hit you with these brittle hands. His hands break on him. And that's the truth. That's the truth of it, Garrett. That really is what it is. Everybody knows that. You can look at don't look at Floyd Money Mayweather. Look at Floyd Pretty Boy Floyd. That's when you're seeing knockout Ricky Hatton. I won the belt, took 2 years off, came back and knocked out an undefeated Ricky Hatton, put his face on the ground, Floyd.
Look, listen. This is the thing that always gets me is that like it's always dudes that just like I like talk about, like, you know, especially like someone like Floyd who's like so defensive, like always talk about the dude that be just like sitting back on the couch with the remote in his hand, just be like, why are you running, Floyd? Why are you running? What are you doing, man? Why are you running? It's just like, it's just like, come on, man. It's like, why even do that to yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then he makes $300 million fighting for 30 minutes.
You want to talk about fighting, but like, when's the last time you were in a fight?
No.
Like, when the last time you even?
No, you've been in a fight. You want to talk about fighting? Floyd Mayweather made $300 million for 30 minutes. You're 0-1 out back of Brewers. You know what I mean? You fought the damn local junkie out back of Voltage and lost. You know, and you're saying Floyd evades. The only time you were in a fight, you lost it, and you didn't get paid. So let's not knock the guys that get paid. You know?
Yeah, well, I think it's also tough to like talk about like I think it's like it's disrespectful to fighting when you talk that type of way. It's just like I hate when people just be like, man, he's a bitch. You know, just like
I'll never.
We thought they're a fucking warrior out here.
Bro,
fighting,
he walked in that cage and it locked behind him. He no bitch, bro.
And I know you're a fan of it, but I mean, like, bro, you're back in a village. He comes back. He trained the way he did. You're his bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But that's one way to look at it, right? That's a good way to look at it because you're like, I should train so I don't be his bitch,
yeah, exactly,
right?
Yeah.
But look at it from an honorable standpoint, right? Of like, how many people in a 100-person village don't want to be a warrior, bro? There's not many of them, right? But you need warriors. Someone's going to come to that village to rape that woman who doesn't want to fight people. For that man or anyone, that woman, whatever it is, to go, I'm going to defend this. You know, if those people are fathers and mothers, they go into a cage, they get locked behind, and they say, I'm going to make sure my kid eats tonight. I'm going to get this check. That's what it is, dude. Nobody in there is really fighting because they love it. You know, if you loved fighting, that's true, but you're never going to get in there if you're not getting paid. You know what I mean? You need a check. You at the end of the day, you want to feed your family with the skill that you love. That's the dream, is to feed your family, not fight. It's to feed your family from fighting, you know, just like with anything.
Yeah, because I mean,
So I just like to look at it from an honorable mention of like, bro, you don't want to go out there right now and have to fight that guy that wants to kill our village, right? That village wants to kill us, and you don't want to go out there and have to bite that guy in his face, right? But this man says he will for you. He said,
well,
just
I
like
mean,
with a you get what I'm saying
I fight
though?
for my shit.
Just like with a soldier though. Like I give credit to a soldier that goes in there. You know, at the end of the day, it's not for me, but I give credit for you to say, I'm gonna go overseas. Better be egotistical or whatever. At the end of the day, you went over there thinking with the intention of you were protecting the people that were here. And to me, that's something very honorable, you know, because you're going to go, when I say you, I don't mean you, you know, that people in that village,
yeah.
they're going to go their whole life without ever putting their life on the line. They're never going to be in an
Thank you for
instance
clearing that up.
where they put their life on the line, bro. And then you got a guy who willingly, when you get like a cowboy Cerrone, dude, it's like a different kind of person, bro, that will willingly put their life on the line, like so easily. Like, you need me to put my life on the line? That's what you need from me? I do it. It's very crazy to me, man. It's something very special in someone.
I remember like they were talking about it on like when they would dive into it on Rogan's podcast the other day. They're talking about like character traits. Those that's dudes that psychologists doing there, and it had me thinking about. I mean, they were mainly sticking with like the narcissistic ones, but I was thinking of like the other traits that like like come into people. Like like the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I imagine that they have specific traits in them.
The boxes
that would have them, yeah. that would lead them down to that like type of like fighting career path.
You know what just hit me? Think about this, right?
And I believe that's genetic.
Think about this, right? When things go bad in war, right? When you got to turn around and a chance when you know I'm probably not going to make it, or you get to flee, right? You always hear about that guy who turned around, right? We seen that guy in that video, went up that hill and he's fighting for his boys, right? And he's getting, and you're like, fuck yeah. That's 1 out of 10. Most of them people, bro, there ain't no cameras watching. And they see their brother down right there. They go over there's a chance that they can be down. A lot of people will go that way, brother.
Yeah.
You think they're a soldier. You think they're a soldier until they really see that shit. I guarantee you half of the people in the army, they ain't soldiers, bro. They ain't warriors. You know what I mean? They wear a uniform, and that's about it. When the bullets get to flying and they really – you ever seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Upham. You remember Upham?
Yeah.
Remember that? The guy with the ammo?
Kinda.
You know, he was the guy with the ammo that spoke the other language. Upham's
Tom Hanks.
they're getting at the end, they're getting ambushed, and Upham's the ammo guy. So the light machine gun guy says, "Come with me, Upham. Come with me. I'm going up in this house to get in." This is in the middle of the fight. He runs up there. They're busting off the light machine gun. Upham's holding it. He goes, "Upham, go get more. We're gonna need more. Go get it." So he runs downstairs, and as he's coming back in, he sees 2 Polish soldiers going up the steps to his friend with the light machine gun.
German?
Yeah, German. Sorry,
yeah.
German, and with the light machine gun, and he's terrified. He doesn't know what to do, so he goes against the wall, and he's just slow. I can't believe you've never seen this scene because it's one of the best scenes ever in a movie.
I've seen the whole movie, but it's been a while.
He's against the wall, and he's listening, and at this point, one of them's gone. It's just one guy up there, and he attacks the guy with the light machine gun in the room. And Upham's at the bottom of the steps and can hear it happen, and hearing this fight goes on, and he starts crying. And he's got his body against the wall, and he's got his gun, and he's just walking as slow as he can while he's crying, and it keeps flipping back and between him and the other guys, and like they're fighting over this knife to try and stab each other in the heart and shit. And Upham just don't want to go in that room, bro. But when Upham left America to come to that war, he told everybody he was going to be a war hero. He went over there thinking he was a war hero. He thought he was going to do all these things, but when it was time to shove a knife in someone's chest, he couldn't do it.
Or even go fight a period.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Turn fire.
I've seen the biggest guys, bro, that when shit goes bad, they stay still. They don't move, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's one of those things you got or you don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. It's like a genetic thing, It's a genetic thing.
That's why one of my favorite quotes.
Passed down the bloodline.
When the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah.
I love it, bro. And that's so true, bro. Because anybody can look good when everything's going smooth. But what are you going to do when things are going bad? How are you going to be, man? And see, that's why I feel steps ahead in some scenarios like that. Because I think about like how my actions affect other people also. because I'm used to being thrust into a leadership role. So I get like, not only do I have to be successful here, but there is morale. There's chemistry. There's other things that come into play into winning a battle. So you can say, oh, we need you to do this. And you could be capable of doing it. But in the process, you lose your men's trust, or people begin to hate you, don't like the way that you handle things, So you have to be able to manipulate so many things on that scale to constantly be able to adjust to each individual and understand what's it going to take for everyone to be successful, and I think a lot of people go like, oh, if I was in that situation, and someone was surrounding the house, I get that gun, I could take care of that. And maybe you could, maybe you are capable of killing those people, but could you protect the other people in the house at the same time? Could you keep them calm? Because that's something that people don't understand, is that when they say you lead by example, it doesn't mean you do it and someone else does it. It means when you do it, how you look, your appearance of when you do something. If you kill that man and you come back in shaking and crying, bro, how's that going to look on your platoon? How's your platoon going to feel about that kill?
So that's why I've always hated like the really big talkers. Like they talk like it's just like it's just like it's kind of like, sounds like that one Soldier Boy video where you're just like, I'm just in there, I'll be in there, just like bam, boom, bang, just like just doing shit like that. It's just like, bro, would you really, man? Would you fucking really? Because I mean, like you said, 9 times out of 10, you don't have that, bro. It's something that's genetic in there, and like it's a oh hell yeah, I'll take one. It's genetic. And it's a trigger in your brain that flips. And it's a subconscious thing. So it's like, it's not something that you sit there and you're like, okay, this is an active decision where you're like, okay, am I going to fight or am I going to run? Your mind's meant for you because you're predisposed to that type of thinking.
When you've accepted that and you've performed that role, bro, you learn more about it. Because what I'm saying is, a lot of them people that go, I can do that. I'm not saying you can't. But are you saying if you had 11 people, you could get out of that? Because I'm saying if I had 11 people, I could get a 12 people out. It's different. It's a different level. I'm not saying anyone's not capable of doing something for their self, but could you do that for another person? You get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like the war scenario I was giving you, right? You're backed into a fucking house and 6 people are charging that house. 6 Somalians are charging that house. Dude, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get to that front window and start shooting because you know they're coming to kill you, right?
Right.
But now you're 2 blocks away. And you're watching that through binoculars. And you see one of your guys go down and he's in that house by himself and the Somalians are running up. Now you don't got to make that decision like that for yourself, right? You can go, and that, bro, and it's how many times do you think that happens on the war on the battlefield, Steve? And no one says nothing, bro. Let me tell you something, Steve. You know what that is right there? That's a group decision, bro. Being a hero, that's an individual decision, right? That guy that went up that mountain, he went up by himself. He never asked his boys to go with him, right?
Right.
But being a coward, that's a group decision. That's when you go, bro, I'm not going over there. You either, right? Now you're not going. Now you're not going. Now we all decided to not go, right? Because that's the easy thing. That's the coward's decision, the group's decision. It's hard to say, I don't give a fuck. I don't even got to ask you right now if you're going, because I'm going. I'm going to help that guy. Whether I die or not. That's why
100%, bro.
It's little things for me in life, bro. That's why I love that Black Hawk Down. It's my favorite movie of fucking all time of military, bro, for one scene, dude. And it's that one scene when he goes, they're flying back. They got half a gas, and there's 2 guys in the copter, bro. And they're Black Hawk Down, 1 down. There's 2 guys in the Black Hawk, and they're shooting 100 Somalians coming at them. And the captain talks to the other 2 guys, and he says, you want me to put you down? And they both look at each other. They say, yeah. They go down there, and when they reach, the guy goes, where's the reinforcements? We are the reinforcements. Puts a clip in his hand, bro, and gets to work. And shit like that, like that's what fuels me. That's what I think about, bro. You know what I mean? Like you got to have these things in your head, bro. These things that motivate you personally, For me, it's like little scenes like that. It could be from a movie or real life or anything that I've seen. Little things that motivate me like that to like, when that time comes, bro, get to work, bro. It's the same thing I told you about the lone survivor. I told you 5 times about that story because I love it, right? When the big explosion happens, he's got his boy on his back. Big ass explosion happens. Everything's chaotic and shit. And next thing you know, he comes to, he's posted against a rock. His boy's screaming next to him. He goes, He sees two guns on the ground. He grabs his M16. He grabs his other M16, shoves it in his boy's hand. And he says, Mike, get to shooting.
Yeah.
I can't shoot, bro. I ain't got no face. Looks over at his friend, and all he sees is the bottom of his jawline. And the boy grabs his gun, though. The boy grabs his gun with no face. You know what I mean? Get back in the fight, dude. I just love that. Like, that's what made me want to be in the army, you know? Before you learn about how much they fuck you, you know? Like, that's what makes you want to be in the army. Like, bro, I got you. I got you right now. You know what I mean? You're going fucking, like, I feel like I'm meant for that some type of scenarios, dude. But I'm not going to do it for Uncle Sam. Yeah. I'll never do it for Uncle Sam. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for my loved ones. I'll do it for anyone here, but I'm not going to do it because someone told me to.
That's the one thing. I was the same guy who crawled like another 100 yards. From that initial spot.
Dude, where he left him at, he was not there. He made it over another 100 yards after 10 shots and no face, bro. You guys don't got it. You don't got it. You think you're that. You're not that. You're not half of that. Your dad ain't that. Your brother ain't that, bro. That's a different kind of man that you'll never experience in your life. And if you do, you'll never leave it, bro, because that's a different kind of man, dude. Nothing else matters what comes out of his mouth, bro. He can tell you he's a Trump supporter. He can tell you he hates Democrats. He can tell you he hates Baltimore. He can tell me whatever he wants. I don't care, bro. You checked the ultimate checkbox to me. You checked my biggest box, bro. Heart, dog. And that's something that people ain't got, yo. And they don't understand. I'm not saying I got that. I'm not saying I got that. I'm saying that's what I look for. That's what I look for in a person, bro. He is a next level type of person, dude. All of them people on that ridge, bro. Yeah. When you hear all of their stories, yo, that was, you know why that scene is so famous? Because that was 4 of those type of people put together. And that's what they were put on that mission for, dude, is to do that right there. Because they knew that's what could happen. And look how good they still did. One of them got away. One of them lived, bro. It was fucking 4 people versus 10 villages.
Because of their combined actions, bro.
Because they all had this, bro. They all had that right there, yo. It's people think they got it. You don't, bro. You don't. I'm telling you. I'll tell you to your face. You don't got it, bro. You think you do. You've never even been slightly pushed in life, bro. And you think you can be pushed like that? When you talk about thank you for your service, that's who I thank for my service. Some gave, you know what I mean? Some gave, all gave some. That's what that is right there, bro. Like, that's what that fucking is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anything about the Uncle Sam thing I'm saying, bro. Just look at what those people were, bro. How special those 4 people were to planet Earth, bro. Think about what Earth created, dude. The most beautiful thing it can create. I mean, it perfected that species. It perfected that species through all the things that it threw at it. And it's fucking shaped exactly what it needed for that piece of history to be placed there today. Them boys were on that hill, bro. And them other 3 that were 10 years old getting beat by their stepdad couldn't wait till they signed up for boot camp. Them 3 are the reason that guy told that story on TED Talk. They're the reason that movie exists, bro. Is them 3, the combined effort got one of them home. And nobody else would have did that, bro. But the fact that you put these such special people together, bro. Oh, man, that's what I tell you when I want to travel the world. I want to find that, bro. When you put that together, dude, when you put that together, you're collecting infinity stones, bro. That's what you're doing. You're getting infinity stones. You get 6 of them infinity stones like that, bro, you are dangerous. You are dangerous.
Yeah, people with that much heart in that.
Most of you ain't that. Most of you ain't that. I'm telling you that right now. You ain't that.
I mean, most. I would say like it's not the most. It's like 90%. Like it's like a very small minority, bro. You know, who got that level of like, you know, heart and mind.
It gets me fired up, bro. And you know, I'm not even that guy for military talk like that. And I never try to talk about the military in a positive light, to be honest with you. But those men right there, bro.
It's not even, but it's the story, bro.
Same thing with the guy that charged that hill. You know what I mean? I always forget his name. I feel bad.
Yeah.
First one to receive a Purple Heart on video.
It was the first recorded Medal of Honor.
First recorded Medal of Honor.
The highest military honor. He had 2 of them that day.
It makes you want to cry, bro, thinking about it. It's like
the level of
you want to talk about like what is Earth's most precious element, bro? It ain't gold, it ain't silver, ain't none of those, yo. It's that right there. Whatever that is, that's why that's Earth's most precious thing it can give to someone, is like, and you can see that in more than just humans, bro. You know what I mean? That can be in anything. There's different conscious of fucking anaconda. You can have one anaconda that's like that and 100 that aren't. That's all throughout
I
Earth,
got
bro.
you.
It creates something very special, bro. And when something like that is created and it's put into the spot, I hate to say it, but those men were supposed to die on that hill today, down that day. They were supposed to die so that one guy could get off of there, bro. Because if those men weren't there, that man don't go home.
That just shows the level of the fight that they had in front of them. You know, those 4 souls couldn't get that done. That just goes to show what they faced that day. You know what I'm saying? What
Dude,
they faced on that mountain.
Let's really think about it. Why were they in that situation? Because of moral decisions, bro. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
You remember how they got in a
Where
situation?
they let them go.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't want to kill them.
They were not gonna
And
kill
there was
boys,
only
they
one
kill
of them that was
kids.
like, bro, leave them there. If they get found, they get found. That's what I would have did personally. I would have tied them up and they got found. They got found. If they didn't,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But remember the one guy's like, man, if you do that and they die, we're gonna be fucking in military prison, whatever they call it, for the rest of our lives. He's like, if they die up here with us tied to them, we're going away forever, bro. The only chance they had was to cut him free.
I'm not sure. I'm just like, who would find out about this? Like, only the villagers could tell.
In that mission, they were going to find out a bit because those 4 were specifically put on a specific mission, so they were being followed by like upper class. You know what I mean? Like maybe there should be like a backup walkie, right? Where you just talk to your leader and you're just like, bro, shit ain't how it's supposed to be.
And
I got to do this.
That's the other thing where like that guy made that decision to let them go. It's a decision that is respectable. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? What he did.
I bet they would have killed. I bet they would have killed the old man. Steve.
The extent
they didn't want to kill the kid.
Yeah, the extent of your moral code, and how far bent and just like straying it was that day.
The one guy's talking to him. He's like, "Look at him. He hates us.
Yeah,
he hates us.
Yeah." They come back, they're gonna kill us.
Go right down there and tell his people. And he's like, he is.
I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. We gotta kill that kid. And this is like, I mean, I'm with you guys.
So I asked that man. I asked that man that lived. I would love that. Right? I want to ask that man one question. If you could go back, would you kill those 2? That man that survived.
Marcus Estrella.
Marcus, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that survived. That would say, if you could go back, would you guys have killed them 2 people on that top of that hill?
Well, he wasn't the commanding officer, was he?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter in that situation. To me, there's a commanding officer, right? But at the end of the day, there's 4 of us in the woods right now, brother.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us in the woods right now, and it's for our life. So to be honest with you, we're about to make a group decision, brother. Okay. Now you're going to make the decisions when it's hectic and we're in the fight. You're going to make the decisions because that's what you need. You need leadership. Yeah. But right now, we're doing a democracy thing.
Yeah.
Right? This is what this is. And if you outvote me, you outvote me.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like they all. Well, actually, there was an even.
One of them went to kill him.
It's pretty much even split. I thought there was 2 of them that wanted to do it.
Only one went to kill it. Mikey, the one that dies with the radio. And
I remember even Marcus wanted to do it.
Marcus didn't want to do it.
That's right. Okay.
Marcus was going to do. The guy Marcus was going to do whatever the other guy told him, his best friend, whatever he said, because he was the platoon leader. So whatever he said, he was going to do. Then the other guy, the sniper guy with the blonde hair, he says, I don't want to do it. And then the other guy, Mikey, says, we need to kill that motherfucker. That's what he says. And then that's when the blonde guy's like, look at him. He hates us. And he kind of was coming around. But then the one leader's like, no, we're not doing that, you know? That's a true fucking story. All of their stories are so incredibly heroic, bro. But I want you to think about that guy specifically, bro, right?
Which one?
I get their names confused. There's Marcus, Mikey, and 2 other ones.
I can't remember the names fully either.
You remember the one with the radio?
Yeah, I was the commanding officer, I believe.
That wasn't. No. That was the second in command. Yeah, commanding officer was Mark Wahlberg in the movie, just so you know.
Or Marcus Estrella wasn't the commanding officer, was he?
Mark Wahlberg was the command. Oh, no, sorry. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg is Marcus, right? And then his best friend is the commanding officer, which isn't that guy, though.
Yeah.
So that guy, I believe, was actually 3rd, and I believe the blonde-haired guy was 4th in command. I believe.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know about that, but you're right. He wasn't the leader.
Got you.
That's a true story, bro.
Yeah.
That guy, that exactly what you see in the movie, he tells you that there's parts of that where they made it like epic and shit, but he says that part with Mikey is real, except when you know the part where he's holding him and then he gets shot and spins around. Mm-hmm. They actually both went down the hill, but in the movie only he goes down the hill and the guy stays up on top. And after getting slugged fucking 13 times, he still got that radio, bro. His friends are going that way. Taliban are coming that way. And where's he go, dog? Highest point to get that call in for his boys, to get that recon coming, dude. It brings tears to my eyes, bro, because I just think, I don't know if people have that level of empathy.
Movie, bro.
Bro, I don't know if people have that level of empathy, but like try and put yourself there, bro. Like you don't understand how pure that is, bro. It's the ultimate purest form of humanity you'll ever see, bro. I'm dead, but they're gonna live. It's very. What do I know about war? First of all, I don't know about
war.
At
the same time, it sucks that like something like that comes in the form of like war to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of moment sparked by this kind of like tragedy that's going on of the war and the U.S. presence in that location. You know what I'm saying? But that type of like not even like because that's the whole thing. Like we don't want to romanticize the warfare, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You don't, and that's what you do as a kid, right? You're like, I'm doing shit like that.
Oh, you'll play games. You'll be sitting on a corner. And it's like taking heavy fires. This is covering fire. Like you play those games, man. You know. And I don't know about you, but like every once in a while, I'll pretend I got shot and just be like,
Dude. Since I was a kid, I wanted to die for someone. Since I was a kid, bro. I just been waiting to see who it's gonna be. That's really all it is. I decided it wasn't Uncle Sam. I told you, bro.
I used to want to join the army, bro.
I told you what I used to do, bro. Daily regimen, bricks in the fucking back till I had bricks in my book bag till I had bruises when I was jogging, bro. Straight home, ice cold water baths. I'm gonna be a Navy SEAL, bro. I was a fucking soldier for 5 straight Halloween, Steve. I wanted to be a soldier, dog, and thank God, by all the grace of God, my sisters both had joined in and had listed and were able to give me the game. You know what I mean? Gave me books for me to read and gave me information to consume when I was very young, where I was able to see, oh, that's actually how they bring you in. They romanticize the fantasy of conflict. You know, they romanticize that for you of like, this is what you're going to be, a general. You know, you can be a jet fighter when really 1 out of 1,000 are jet fighters, but everyone gets recruited as a jet fighter, right?
Yeah, and with the whole Air Force thing, it's the top like point.
Hey,
the top 0.1% of high ranking officers are pilots. You know?
Right?
Like straight up. I mean, but like that's one thing I would always want to do is fly a fucking fighter jet, bro. You know. Always wanted to fly one of those fucking jets, man.
I don't know if you remember, dude, but I told you, like, ever since I was a kid, bro, I always felt like the first time I got in a jet fighter, I would fly it. And I know that sounds weird, bro, but since I was a kid, like, I always had dreams like that, bro. I always had daydreams like it. I was a jet fighter, bro. And I always just picture, like, if I got in there, I would fly a jet fighter. And that sounds so stupid to people. And it's probably not true. It's probably not true at all. But I always felt like that since I was a kid, yo. I used to have dreams where like very vivid cockpits, bro. Where like I could tell which each dial did. I'd press shit and watch.
You need a VR machine for flight sim, bro. That's what you need.
That's what they want me on, right?
Yeah.
They don't want me in an actual jet plane.
Well, you remember that guy?
Because then I'm fucking up the simulation.
That guy who stole the airplane?
Yeah.
And just flew that bitch, bro.
That was cool
that's
sad.
That's how he learned, bro.
Did you listen to the audio?
Yeah. I remember the guy was trying to talk about. He was like, "Yeah, I think they're gonna talk about you for a while now, man." Because I love my family. It's crazy what you're doing, but you should bring it. It's just like all types of shit.
He said, "You think they're giving me a job?"
Yeah.
He says, "I don't know, man. You're doing pretty good."
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you land it for me? You know I can't do that. And what do you do? Then he crashed that bitch suicide style by himself, right?
In the water, yeah.
Could have crossed.
It was in a forest. No, it was in a forest.
Maybe put that bitch in a White House next time. I'm joking. I'm saying he could have hit it into a house or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he hit straight up into the ground. That's what it was, I believe. I don't know, because there was 2 stories actually. Because I went to look back for that audio.
He didn't land it.
Well, I went to look back, and there's 2 of them. There was one where the guy landed in the water, and there was one where the guy landed in the forest. So I don't want to mix them up. But yeah, I was actually shocked. There was 2 that happened recently where like these guys just like they're working at the airport.
That guy never worked at the airport.
Well, this guy did. This one guy.
Yeah,
did.
The guy that guy we're talking about, he never landed at the airport. You know how you learn to fly? The VR simulator, bro.
Yeah, the Microsoft.
Yeah, he
show.
also took the test a bunch of times and was in the thing, so he felt it.
The flying thing, yeah.
I want to get you next time tripping. I want to really try to see how deep I can get your empathy to go. I want to try and like explain a situation like that and do it with you, at the same time. I want to see our empathy, see how far we can go. And really, I want to almost try to warp into him, Steven. And I'm saying a lot. I'm saying a lot of crazy. I'm saying a lot of crazy shit today.
Before you say anything, let's wrap that real quick. No one wants to do acid with me and try to warp into this guy's mind. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, bro. Yeah. And really put myself there. And I've always been able to do it sober. And you try to use my empathy and put me there. But you remember that one time when I was on that fucking seat by that pool, and I kept telling you I was hearing those things, bro?
It would hurt.
Well, it didn't hurt when I heard it. It hurt when I went there, right? And it didn't hurt as in pain. It was straining, as in tiring. You get what I'm saying? Like it was tiring the longer I've been there. I felt like I was warping, bro. I think about that day often, dude. I think about every time I hear Graham Hancock talk and they talk about like talking to the voices and shit. That's like my most like spiritual moment I ever had in my life, And I think about that moment often. And Graham Hancock said a point where one time goddesses were talking to him and she brought aliens to him and the aliens wanted to take him and he fought against it. And he said to this day, he wishes he just would have went because it never came again. And I think about that moment and I'm like, what the fuck was going? I was like, what the fuck was going on right there, bro? Yeah, I just wish you would have felt it and you could have seen like what I was talking about because I really can't explain it properly of what was happening. It's like if something was trying to do something, that's how I feel. That's what I said.
That's what I'm trying to like. That's what I think like really people really need to start like we really need to start experimenting with this type of shit, bro. I mean, like we talked about it a lot last time, so I don't want to go too hard into it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like it really is like if you could really like I don't know, like if you could figure out like the perfect type of like mixture with like the mushroom and like I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like if you could really find
you're absolutely correct.
Medicinal use of it, man. Like I think you could really use
You're so right. You're so right.
Like because I think a lot of people end up, especially in this day where like you're like a lot of people are like grow up numb, especially with the social media and the access to all the information we got. You get desensitized a lot. I think people get blocked off from spiritual channels that would otherwise be available to them without these types of distractions and things circulating up your emotions and kind of like I said, like I think people get blocked off from these spiritual channels because we're getting so connected to these electronics, and it's a hard block for these spiritual channels, whatever that may be, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like me personally, like just like recently, I'm like my spirituality is kind of like really like kind of like open up, like it just kind of starting to bloom, you know? Because I feel like like early on, when I think about it now, I would feel pretty numb usually, you know what I'm saying? Like numb in the sense of like a spiritual sense, you know what I'm saying? Just like kind of like a void or like an emptiness, but not really something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
you checked 2 sketchy boxes for me in my life. Logic, and in our friendship, you've checked 2 sketchy boxes. The sketchiest box you ever checked in my negative boxes is when you said you didn't believe in souls. It still bothers me to this day, bro. I'm just like, my best friend doesn't believe in souls. My best friend doesn't believe in souls, bro. And I'm not saying it's bad because it's your opinion. I'm not saying, I don't. And when I say negative box, I just mean like, wow, man, I didn't think you were in that box.
Well, that's the thing, man. Is it's like I want to say, like, especially like before this podcast, when we would have like these regular conversations. Like I said, just recently I felt my spirituality really like start like blooming, in a sense to where like like things seemed more plausible. Like before, like the way I felt before was like it was kind of like a block in my spirituality where it was just like, just like, it's all science and all numbers and math mumbo jumbo. And there's a logical reason for everything and this, that, and the other. Like, I mean, but like the more and more you look at the earth, the more illogical everything is, everything as far as from existence to human creation and what humans have created. It's all very illogical. The things that are possible, the chemical mixtures and compounds that we find, the synthetic elements that we combine, the elemental chart that we find, it's all so fucking You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like that. That's not what it all is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely right. But to add on to what you're saying, right? This is why I try and dig deep when we do trip on certain things. Because I mean, you talked about it before, and I know you see it, but like when we're always talking about the origins of things, right? Like I do that the most with you, trying to figure out an origin of shit. Like why did shit come to, right? So like just for example, the drenching that we did, down the harbor, how we
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that through, right? When we've sat here on this cast, you know what I learned, bro? Is like one thing I definitely learned from this cast. When we think these things through, most of the time you come to something exactly or very close to what humans invented. That's what you do, bro. You do. You're like, well, it kind of was designed right. It just got manipulated and fucked up. You look at that on a lot of things. We did that with the court system. We're like, yo, it's actually really fucking good if you think about it. Like, remember we tried to fix jurors and shit? You're like, well, you would just do it how they did it. Like, you would, but it's corrupted. So they corrupted it,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like humans have done, a good job. And this is the other thing that I've like I said, I talked about it
Right.
last time. We're like we're still it's like so early on in this kind of life cycle of human existence. Like it's all so brand new to us,
Right.
and we're gonna fuck up a lot.
You remember last time we were on here? We always go back to it because you learn a lot. But the tripping time we was having a conversation, I was explaining to you like how I kind of feel like now, like I believe in God, bro. Like I do believe in God, and I think I'm coming to that conclusion because of how many things are exactly how I would do it. And now at the same time, you have to believe in the belief. And when I say God, I don't mean Christian God. I don't mean Jesus. I just mean God. Now, at the same time, when you believe that, you have to believe in good and evil, right? Because that exists also, and free will exists also. But when we sat here, bro, and we tried to get to the bottom of all of these things, dude, you come down to this one point where it's like, I've told you before, where it's like, why does God even have to be a person, right? Like, why can't God be everything? If that makes sense. Like, could there be a God, right? Let's say if the Big Bang was God breaking down himself or herself. That not why'd I even give it a gender? Why'd I do that, right? Why'd I do
Yeah,
that right
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Of God breaking down it, basically, and it broke down into a trillion, gazillion, babillion souls, bro. And those souls spread out forever, infinity of going to do every possible thing you can do in this universe, from being a star to a monkey to gravity to a chemical to a metal to everything you can live into this universe, bro.
See, and that's the thing, with me personally is that like maybe even 6 months ago, I would call you. I would just say it's crazy, just it's all not logical, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. Like I don't. It's like I'm down like a different path, kind of like especially in like a spiritual sense. Whereas it's like when you're thinking about these things, when I remember like the last time we did as we were doing the cast, and the day after that, I remember in the grocery store. I remember I'm holding these peppers in my hand. I'm just like, and I'm sitting there, I'm just looking at. It, I'm just like, like the earth, like give me this, like the earth, like I remember that because the
Mhm.
conversation we had after that. So like, just like it's like I said, it's been something recent for me, but like it's all any of it's possible. You know what I'm saying? If it's all like anything, it could really be any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we could really be a cell in another organism or in a microscopic world. We could fucking be
Yep.
and we could
Anything's
have a
possible.
parallel universe. We could be one of those parallel universes. We could not even be the main universe, different timeline. Like I mean, like or even like in the spiritual
Here,
sense where like God exists and positive energy
right.
flows through,
Let me
in
give you
some type of
this.
like form,
Can you even design something like design a method of how time played out that isn't possible? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be able to describe with your imagination a way of time playing out that couldn't be possible. We could have started out as fucking nothing but an asshole. And every time you fucking want to block, you grew something. I don't fucking, you
That's
could say anything, bro.
that's the one thing that like
I love that you're thinking like that, bro. You know what I mean? I love
oh,
that
like I
you're,
said,
I
it's
love
been
that,
something
but,
recently,
but you're
what I
doing
mean?
what I've always said, bro, which is like, carry it. carry it into everyday life to where you don't have to be on acid or mushrooms to
Oh yeah,
think
yeah,
like this.
100%, bro,
That's
100%.
when we're at our most powerful, right?
Yeah,
When we're using that in that mindset. That's
100%,
when you're
man.
like a
And
better person,
that's why,
dude.
like, that's why I tell you, like, I think once in a while, like, sometime soon, you should do a little bit to yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? You should just do a little bit and be by yourself and just think, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think it's super beneficial because when you're kind of just like faced there with like yourself, I think it's good. Every just you gotta do it one time. I would highly recommend it, man. I think it'd be very, very good for you, very beneficial, bro.
It's a spooky thing to me, bro. Because I'm a very dangerous man. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to be cynical. Uh, I just,
Part of me is cynical.
you know what I mean? I don't want to be, but like personally, I'm already trapped up here, dude. Like all the time, bro. Like just battling things up here, dude. Like I don't know where I would go, bro. And sometimes I worry.
You may achieve that, bro. You may achieve that alien, go through the portal type thing.
Or you commit suicide.
Mm,
Like
uh,
I don't know,
I
bro.
never thought about
I
that.
don't know, bro.
I never
Like
thought about that.
no, yeah, just the mind is a
It's
very
popped in my head, but
the
yeah.
mind is, you know what I'm talking
No,
about.
that's
Like
not. Yeah,
I'm not gonna ever commit suicide, people. I'm saying that like it's the complete opposite of what you said. I was trying to go complete negative. what I'm saying is what I'm saying is basically like uh I can travel any road I want to, man. On psychedelics, I can travel really any road I want to. I feel like I'm gonna say it like this. Of course, I mean, I've done psychedelic trips without you, bro. But I feel like the universe gave me you for such a good reason, bro. I'm so happy to have you. I always say it, dog.
I
I'm
love
so
you,
happy to
bro.
have you, dog.
I
I
love
love
you,
you,
bro. You're
dog.
my dog,
I
man.
always say that, bro,
Yeah.
because you're my complete fucking balance of all of that crazy shit that I say on those things, Where it's like I don't even know if I would be talking like that or what I would do if I was around people that I wasn't comfortable with. Am I comfortable with being by myself on that? I think so, Like I've said, I've been alone on psychedelics. At
But
this
in that
age, I
peak, bro.
haven't. At
In
this
that peak,
at
bro.
this age, dude. At this age, you're different. You know what I mean? I'm way more thoughtful than I've ever been. Like you're saying about your spirituality, I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same exact way. Exactly the
It's
timeline.
been
Like
opening,
these
bro. It's
last,
been
like
opening.
really, like this year.
Yeah.
Like this year, like
Yeah.
I could say like it started like last year. I could say it started last year sometime, but like I just feel why did Saul start making sense?
What do you mean? Like,
Why did he start making sense to me? I don't know if he made sense to you, but like Saul makes sense to me. And obviously he's a follower of Jesus. And I'm not saying in any form that that's what I believe. But think about his mindset and his heart, bro. Why did that make sense? That makes sense, bro. I see a lot of hearts and a lot of mindsets that don't make sense. That makes sense.
I get
Saul's
you.
mindset makes sense to me.
I get you. I understand.
I
I
can't
understand
say
what you're
that
saying,
really
bro.
about anyone, bro. I know that I feel like if I was Saul, I don't want to say that I'd be taking a step back, like with how my mind works. But like, man, a guy like me be at peace like that. I look at that like peace, bro. And I don't know what really goes up on the man's skull. Love you, Saul. Shout out to you, brother. I don't really know what goes on in the man's skull at night, but fuck, does he have a beautiful mindset? And I really don't know many people I say that about, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? So
I got you, man. I
it's
got
just
you.
the ultimate compliment that I guess Michael Newell could ever give you. Is that like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm really just impressed with your personality.
Yeah.
And if I'm so envious of it that it makes sense to me, there's something to it that I need to add to myself. It's never completely right, but it's just like with anything. I want to take a piece of Saul It sounds
Yeah,
weird. It sounds
yeah.
weird, right? But I want to take a piece of Saul. I'm taking
See,
a piece of Steve. I'm taking a piece of Kay.
it's
And I'm just making like, the best human being I can be.
it's funny for me because like I hold like your word like that like up in such high regard.
Yeah.
Where like when you say that about someone, it's like, I'm like, oh, he must be a fucking like.
It's-
There's like no doubt, bro. There's like no fucking doubt,
Thank
bro.
you.
There's no fucking
Thank
doubt,
you.
man. It's like I could be like, who the fuck is that? Oh, Mike says cool. Like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah.
I like the picture like, I like the picture like you're with somebody that like we don't know, you're with like Tyler Hutchinson one day or something like that. And he's just like, yeah, so I just, I kind of feel like he's fake or something. I'm not saying that about Tyler, what I mean? But you're just like, whoa, bro. Well, I was saying, I don't know him perfectly. I know give him the fucking go, It's like,
He gave him the go ahead, okay?
I give him the go, bro. He's just like, I was talking to you the other day, like the gifts are cursed with my head in the slots, with the slot machines going on up here in the doors.
Yeah.
So to like that type of lifestyle is like so peaceful to me. And maybe that's why I chase like those acres, bro. Because I don't want to I'm tired of having my slots filled with like Donald Trump, Joe Biden, my boss. Like I want to fill those thoughts. I've been trying to really push this to you so much where it's like, I almost on the show don't even want to talk about human problems anymore. And it sounds so stupid, bro. I know. But like I want to picture everything. Like I
real human problems.
I know, right? But the real problems are there, right? I really just want to focus on this show of how to fix it. What is the utopia version of that? I'm really trying to focus that, right? Like I want to talk about like why is it when you lick that toad, you go to a different galaxy? Like, I want to get to the bottom of that shit. I'm really interested in that shit. I'm not interested
Like the
in.
toad shit.
I'm interested in Earth, bro. Just that I was trying to imply,
I
of
get
like
you, okay.
why can you pluck that? Like I was saying the other day, why is it that you can just pluck a mushroom out of the ground, bro, and go to a different planet? Why is that? Like I'm way more interested in that shit. I want my slots, my 10 to 20 slots filled up with that shit. I don't want to fill it with Donald Trump, election, taxes. I don't want to fill it with none of that
exactly.
no more.
Same thing like
I'm wasting it.
Same like why is DMT in the human body
Bam.
and most animals and also in the tree root?
Why do birds know which way to fly?
Exactly.
How can a fucking iguana change its skin to colors? Why does an octopus have a DNA that's not from here?
There you go. Boom.
Why do elephants mourn, but other animals don't? I'm interested in that shit, bro. And that's really what I want to focus my life on.
Same thing with crows. Crows mourn
Yep.
death.
And so do geese.
Yeah.
Geese mourn the same way the elephants do in a circular formation around the dead body.
Meerkats. There's always one. When they're out digging for food and like eating scorpions and shit, there's always one lookout. It's a sentry meerkat. It looks out and like they look out for danger and shit.
They look out for hawks, right?
Well, they look out for anything,
Right. I thought the hawks grabbed them up. I seen that on I believe it was the meerkats where they dig on the ground and into the right. Yeah, that's like the one that's watching, and then they tell the other ones. But did you see what the predators learn to do? They mimic the sound that they make to run back to the homes. They wait at the homes.
That bird steals their food. That bird steals their food. I don't think it hunts.
Oh, right. You're right.
Just because I just watched that.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I remember the first one it did like a predator noise. It did like a predator noise.
They dig it up, right? And then they run back and they grab it.
At first it did a predator noise, and then it did another one, and it didn't work. So then they did the emergency call. And they mimicked the emergency call, and then they came down and then fucking took their food.
Crazy.
Yeah, 100%, man. Same thing with like whales. Like they say whales like hold conversations. It was like
right.
Conversation.
Okay, right. So love it, right? So think about how right there you just said they said, right? Let's go see, bro. Let's go see if whales hold conversations. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go to fucking do any more shit in this city, dude. Bro. I want to go see if whales have conversations. I want to see fucking sea turtles hatch.
That's why you gotta live on wheels.
I want to see fucking sea turtles.
You said it, dog. That's
why you gotta live on wheels.
That's why you said it. You said it. That's why you said it. You gotta live on wheels.
We're a moving species, and we should follow the buffalo.
Exactly. Going anywhere where I fucking want to go, man. Straight up, bro. That's the only way. That's the only way. Like I've ever since like you've talked about it, and we've had this podcast. I've weighed so many millions different of options. I'm like ways to tackle this thing called life and time escaping from me. And that's the only thing that really makes sense, bro. It makes so much fucking sense. Just get on there
Thank
and just
you.
fucking move and you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Why do you
bro.
get in the cycle?
You're gone. You're
Break
gone.
the cycle.
You're
Break
gone.
the cycle.
Break the cycle.
Burn America. Tear it down.
You can't. What I seen that thing the other day. It was like, you know, you just like you can't be. It was saying they were saying like basically like you can't be afraid to be alone if you want to be the one to break generational curses. You know what I
100%.
mean? You can't be afraid to be different or go do something different, bro.
We gotta look at it. Look at somewhere like Baltimore City. You will be looking.
Try.
You'll be spending $300,000 plus on a row home in a city that is really, terrible. It's not a great
Bro.
city at all.
Listen,
And then you're gonna do that for 30, 50-year mortgage, like,
bro, most of us, I'm gonna include us, aren't gonna make $1 million in the next 20 years. You have nothing to lose, brother. You're broke either way. Either way, you're broke. You make $100,000 a year, you're broke.
but like that's
You
the
have
thing.
nothing of value in this life.
But that's the thing, man. Like, it's like you can make $100,000. You can live comfortably. You can chill out. You can live comfortably. You can afford that $1,500 apartment with a nice view. You can do all that. You can chill out. You can live this nice city life in Austin, Texas, if you want. But at the end of the day, you're still circulating. You may live this lifestyle, but like really at the end of the day, like you're still working that 40 plus hours a week, and you're doing that one vacation a year, maybe two, maybe three vacations a year.
Here's my thing, right? Even people who even rich people, there's rich people that'll tell you don't worry about monetary, monetary possessions, basically. Don't worry about that. What is a rich person? A lot of these rich people, what are you giving your children besides monetary advice, and knowledge? Like, what are you really passing down to your children? Those same people you're talking about that can go live in Austin, Texas with all that, they buy their food from the fucking grocery store. And if shit came down to it, they can't teach their kid how to grow a fucking plant.
I saw your comment. Something earlier where you were talking about like the Great Depression, where they were talking about like eating shoes and shit.
Eating shoes, bro.
So here we go. This is the thing. You look at something like the Great Depression, chilling out, you're doing good, you're making the money. Economic collapse based on something you have no control over. 2008 financial crisis.
Yep.
You lose your house because something you have no control over. Boom. Now what's it to you? When it comes down to it, what are you gonna do when the system's not here to help you? You lost. You
exactly.
did everything you did everything you were supposed to.
Create a list, bro.
You got your home taken from you, and then boom, man, where you at?
You're creating a human right now. Dude, where does business knowledge come into play? It's not even top 5. I'm not saying it's not important, but business knowledge, as far as like living as a fucking good human, is not top 5 of what you wanting someone. You know what I mean? You want empathy. You know what I mean? You want fucking, caring. You want compassion. You know what I mean? You want intelligence. You want a lot of other things. You can have someone, bro. You can give, how these people give their kids the world, dude. And their kid will hang himself in the fucking closet, bro. You can give your kid $1 million fucking dollars. If you're away for 150 days out of 360, you know what? Goddamn, 365. But also, that's a decent year. 365, like, what are you really giving your kid? If you're there 50% of the time to give your kid $1 million, was it really worth it? What kid would ever say, yeah, dad, I want you gone for a month so I can be rich? No, kid. You want your dad there. You want your mom there. You want knowledge from them. Are you even teaching your kid things? These people got nannies that raise their fucking kids, bro. Chefs that cook them. They don't even cook home-cooked meals and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. What are you really giving your child? You're not teaching your child any of the real ingredients that a good human to live on earth needs.
Now, the one thing that, it's okay if you strive for success in that type of form. Where you want to work in some type of office and you make good money, you have a swanky apartment, or you work in the financial district, or you work in some type of like
Can
medical
I stop you for
setting.
1 second right there?
Go ahead.
Name one person who's done a real psychedelic trip that wants that.
I don't know anybody.
Has anyone ever did a psychedelic trip and was like, I want a 40-hour, 50-hour job at an office? Never. Never, bro. If you want to be a fucking game programmer, you do psychedelics, you're thinking about how to design a game, how to start a game company. You're not thinking about just programming. Nobody's ever said that shit after they did psychedelics, bro.
So anyway,
I'm sorry, but like, you know what I mean? Like, no one really wants that. No one really wants that.
Look.
You're scared. You're scared of taking a chance.
No,
that's what you know, so that's
listen,
what you're doing.
Listen, no, people have definitions of success in different forms. You know, whether it be, you know, some people deem it financially, some people achieve themselves financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people do it. You know,
I totally agree. It's not that way. It's not 40 hour in a desk working for someone else. It's going to be a millionaire for themselves, or you know what I mean, $100,000. You know, not working a fucking desk job. No one ever says that shit. That's why people are jumping from fucking buildings in China.
Well, I mean, of course, you know, I do believe that they're lying to themselves. You know, but I mean, like, there's a reason that so many people would do it. You know, just like it's just a mindless,
it's their culture norm.
It is a mindless following,
assembly line,
and it becomes especially easily when you reach that barrier where you're making $75,000-$100,000 because things become a little cheap, a little easier for you to afford. Plus, you have an upgraded lifestyle, which you're typically not accustomed to for most people.
You have an upgraded lifestyle, right? Until you're bored with that.
I'm not trying to defend it at
right,
all,
and then you want to upgrade a lifestyle.
I'm not trying to defend it at all, but it's easier for people when you're making that amount of money to set in with that type of comfort. You know what I'm saying? And not want to expand past that. You know what I'm saying? Or even be able to, you know, think outside the box of what you're doing is, you know,
they need drugs.
Not necessarily wrong, but like not
drugs.
You know, what I would say is the right way. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. Growing up, I remember, like, you know, Nebby, you know, but he used to always say, I just want to get like a chill desk job. And I'm just like, no, never.
I can't remember him saying that, but that's crazy if he said that. What the fuck?
Yeah, he used to say that all the time.
Chill
bro.
desk job.
He used to say it all the time.
That would never work for him.
It's like, no, get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to work in no fucking desk job. I don't be locked into no fucking cubicle, man. You can suck my goddamn dick. I'm good. Like, I don't know. I don't want to deal with any of that. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be some computer programmer making fucking security software. I don't want to fucking be a fucking real estate agent. And I don't want to be a Wall Street broker. Like, no, who the fuck wants to do these types of things? Like, what? Like, oh, you're a senior planning manager of logistics. That's on your business card. You make $100,000 a year. And it's just like, and you people become happy with that and comfortable with that.
Dude, do some drugs. I mean, are you not agreeing? Like, it's do some drugs, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people, like I'm saying, we both mutually agree. We got a lot more. Our mind opened up once we started doing, you know, not coke. You know what I mean? We didn't need coke to do it. You know, but you get some ecstasy up in you. You get some acid up in you. You get some mushrooms up in you, bro. And you do start seeing more in life, dude. I don't want to be that guy. I hate even being that guy that's like, do some drugs, you know? It's like, I don't want to be that guy, but like, do some. I'm serious. I'm serious.
No, because like the real thing that we're trying to tackle here is the misconception of psychedelic substances like mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge,
the best thing I've ever done in my life.
There's a huge, you know, propaganda, you know, war against psychedelic substances. You know, just straight up what it is. You know,
it's not the funnest thing you ever did.
You know,
it's the funnest thing I ever did. I never experienced no shit like that on anything else in this planet.
Nope.
Funnest thing I ever did.
And it's so hard to explain, but like the shit that like it really does for your mind, though. You know?
But my favorite part trying to explain to people is how, like, bro, you don't understand. Like, you're not getting addicted to these drugs. You do them and you want a break. You're like, no, we're gonna take a little bit to re-grab shit. You know what I mean? We haven't done mushrooms for fucking 6 months or something. You know, like, it's time. It's time. You know, but like, we just had a great trip, and you're just like, that was what I needed right there. Let me grab something from that. Let me work with that. Let's go.
I want to try a microdose one day.
That is always I want to go hard.
I mean,
like, I want to do more. I want to do a quarter.
But I feel you on that. But like I want to think about what if you took like such a minuscule amount, but like it had such a like profound like effect on like mood, but like you're not tripping balls, but like you're just like
it just sucks.
Sense of like mindfulness.
Last thing I need is another substance reliance. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
yeah, I just want to see, you know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but like to me, like that microdosing part, like I feel like that's what I'm talking about. Like you should be able to basically be microdosing every day by bringing what you're learning in that psychedelic trip to sober living. You shouldn't need to microdose because you're bringing that now. Everything you experience, you should think to your trip. You should think, wow, I didn't, all them things that gives you, that's why you need, I'm not gonna say a guy like me, but a shaman, you know what I mean? A guy to walk you through, like, bro, why is that like that? You know what I mean? Like, I love doing that to people, bro. That is my favorite thing to do to people. So it's like,
That's why
anything you do is like street lights. Bro, why they hang it like that?
That's why we need to get some more people in this like shamanistic circle, man.
I remember me and Jeff fucked up one time, bro. We're walking past that Shoppers and we're walking underneath of the street light as we go like towards the diner and shit. And we're just all fucked up, bro. We look up. I never had realized how big streetlights were, bro. But they're like this fucking big, bro. I'm just like, why is hanging that over our head like that? Like, you never think of shit like that. You never even think about things like that.
I used to always think about shit. I'm just like, all right, look,
I'm ready to improve shit.
So like we came. It was like, all right, it's dark outside all the time at night. So we're gonna stick these poles in the ground and we'll put lamps there. And then we're gonna hang wires on those same lamps.
Well, you know where that came from also, though? A lot of crime. A lot of rapes in the dark. A lot of murders in the dark. You know what I mean? They're like, we probably should light up. If we build a street, we probably should light it up. Because people are abusing people on it.
Well, I mean, I was like the next step in like I think in civilization anyway was to light up the dark. Because I mean, like as soon as we could do those gas lamps throughout the streets, we were doing them, and had the light going off everywhere. We weren't even fucking worried about crime then. We were just like, I want to see in the dark. Oh, I need to be able to ride my horse in the dark at night.
Let me give you some true crime.
In the city. You want to give me some goddamn true crime?
I want to give you a true crime, bro, because it's one like I never heard before.
I feel like there's one of these like every cast.
I know. That's why I give you a good one.
Can
dude, what I'm giving you...
Can people outdo themselves?
What I'm giving you is like
10%
10% of what I consume. I'm giving you the best of the best that I hear, So, let me run you through it, baby.
Let's go.
This is in Connecticut, I think it was. So, long story short, as I always say, right? There's a lot to go into it, but I'm going to sum it up for you because it's crazy. Man, I wonder, could we play? It would be cool if we could play like a clip from someone else's podcast, on here. Because, all right, let me get into it.
How easy almost got saturated.
I'll take you back to it. The slots.
Yeah.
The slots, So, this girl, this woman wakes up in a park and she's completely fucking covered in red duct tape, bro, from top to bottom of her body with her hands behind her back and shit, like bow tied, basically, She don't remember much, just kind of a little bit of what happened. Eventually, this person finds her. They call the cops and shit, so they're trying to figure out what happened. They're trying to solve the case.
She's alive or no?
She's alive.
Okay.
Last thing she remembers is being in another park, a whole different park, right? She don't remember being in this park she woke up at. So they do the thing. She was sexually assaulted. She had a broken jaw. They beat her like beyond recognition, basically.
They left her alive.
Yeah. Well, they tried to kill her. Let me tell you, right? So they beat her recognition. They choked her. They had a belt around her neck and like tried to kill her, basically. They thought she was dead. They dumped her in the park as dead. But she ended up coming back too, bro. They didn't hold that belt long enough. Ain't that crazy? If they would have held that belt probably, 10 more seconds, she's dead.
She's done for.
Instead, all of this comes, bro. So listen to this because I'm about to take you on a trip, dog. She don't remember much. So they're trying to solve the case. Nothing's happening. So like 3 years go by. I love giving it to you like this, Nothing's happening. So 3 years go by. They got nothing, right? So she's got like horrible PTSD from this. She's trying to move on from life. She moves into like this hope house and shit. So she kind of like starts getting a new life. It's for like people with like bad backgrounds and shit. And she starts like rebuilding her life. And she makes friends with a bunch of people. And she makes friends with a guy that's in the hope house basically with her too, right? So like I said, this is 3 years after the accident. So they become like good friends. They talk a lot about like what happened and shit. She ends up moving out of there, going to live with her. 2 more years go by, like 5 years, right? So there's this detective, bro. I told you. How many times have I told you there's just that detectives that doing their job, bro, and just doesn't give up. And that's when you hear about these cases getting fucking solved, dog. So he's like constantly like thinking about it, right? So he's trying to solve the fucking case and shit. And they basically got nothing. Next thing you know, they get a call, right? So the guy she met at that Hope House type thing,
Yeah.
his name was James. So they get a call. Police get a call about a stolen bike from this guy James. He's like, I don't know what happened, but woke up, my bike was missing and shit. So he files a police report and everything. And in Connecticut, stealing a bike is actually a felony, which is crazy, right? So any felony, you can get DNA evidence without asking. And the bike pops up at a pawn shop. His best friend stole his bike, and ended up selling it at a pawn shop, an addict,
Okay.
They find the bike and they do DNA test on it, right? And of course, this guy James's DNA is on his bike, and his best friend's DNA is on the bike too.
Right.
Well, James's DNA comes up positive for the rape kit on the girl, bro.
Who she's friends with.
Who she's friends with, bro. And met 3 years after it happened, bro.
At a Hope House.
Yeah. At
Oh,
a
this
Hope
guy was
House,
working.
basically. Yep. No, but he's living too.
He was
He was
too.
living there too. Yeah. So he knew, but she didn't know. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, he
she
knew.
told him.
Yeah. She told him. Yeah. So this was weird, right? This is what I'm telling you about this case, because this is where it gets weird. The police believe like they didn't really have a case, like I was telling you. Like they have the DNA, but they didn't have a lot of other shit. So like they're trying to basically like say like we want a little bit more. So they get her to call him on the phone. And that's why I wish I could play that podcast, bro, so I could play that little excerpt of them talking, because it's the creepiest shit you're here, bro. She confronts him, bro. So she calls up and she's like, you remember when I was telling you about when that guy broke my jaw and I woke up in that park and everything? And he's like, yeah, I remember yeah, I remember it was bad. And she's like, well, why is your DNA inside of my vagina? And he's like, what? What? I never hurt you. I never hurt you. And she's like, well, how is your DNA inside of my vagina? I can't. And she starts crying, which this is what I didn't get why they made her do that.
Right.
But it was very weird. I'll play it for you when it's over, bro, so you can just hear that. It was very weird. And he's like, no, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And he ends up saying, he's like, wait, what park? And she's like, we were at, the park previously, not the one she got found at. And he's like, well, we had sex there. And he's like, that's the only way I know. And like his DNA is everywhere. Like they got him. It's on the duct tape and everything. And then so his plea ends up being that his friend was raping her and shit, and told him if he told, he would kill her, he would kill him basically. So like that's what he tried to play, but they found him guilty and shit. Not on first degree murder for some reason, but everything else. And he ended up going away. I just thought it was crazy, like hearing that audio. It was
Well, that and like the whole like where they meet and he befriends her.
And he didn't even mean to, bro. It wasn't like he meant to. She ended up moving to the same place he lived.
He was probably looking for victims at that house.
Yeah. He probably had other victims.
Yeah, 100%. 3 years, man.
Dude, he broke her jaw.
3 years go by, man. Hell yeah. So I mean, he got put away, rightfully so. He got put away. He got his time. Hopefully, he got the time he deserved. How long did he get?
Yeah, he got life.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
Natural life.
There you
what
go.
they call it.
I mean, because I wasn't sure if they would do it or not. I don't know.
Well, like I said, he got off on first degree, but he got tampering with evidence, second degree, third degree, kidnapping, assault with intent to kill, assault with deadly weapon, like all type shit.
I mean, like I said, it's extremely odd. Like,
you think about this stuff.
I'm trying to get in his head real quick. And like, think about like how what's going through his head when he sees this woman for the first time.
Well, think about this, right? Go look. That's a good one, but go a little forward. How much does he wish every day in the cell he would have let his friend steal that bike and shut the fuck up? If he would have never called the cops like a little bitch, he would have never got caught, bro. Ever, because he wasn't in the system.
I think he's also thinking like next time or I should have made sure she was dead.
Yeah,
probably that too. I should have made sure.
Surprised he didn't attack her again or something.
That's what I was expecting. When you told me the guy, I was just like, he's probably gonna attack her again and kill her, and then get caught.
I wish that other people had heard these casts, because there's like so many of them. Like that one was a clear case one, but there was like another one I listened to, bro, where it's like you're not sure, dude, and he ends up getting found innocent, but like you don't know, where like basically
Those ones are creepy, man.
this guy's out at like these waterfalls with his wife. His wife fucking falls and dies, dude, and like goes all the way downstream and fucking drowns. And it was just like super weird, bro. He ended up getting found innocent, but there was a lot of shit that like did look weird.
What in particular?
Well, like he said, like basically, like they were taking a picture, and the dog that they had with them ran underneath of her legs, and she basically did like a 20-foot swan dive, and he watched her hit a cliff and then fall into the water. But on her body, she didn't have any bruising or no marks or nothing like that. So like that was mainly the major thing that I paid attention to.
Bro, I
That
got
didn't
you.
make sense. But like even her family was there. Her mom and dad like came to his court case and were like, he did not do this. Like blah blah blah. But there is a few things that like did look suspect, But there's a lot of things that didn't. It was a hard one. That's why I wish other people heard it.
Yeah, I mean, like those, like especially those ones, like it's because you think about like that type of case, like, and it's just normal people, like pretty much like a jury, just normal people, man, everyday people,
Everyday people trying to decide that.
selected, trying to decide what happened to that guy.
He didn't end up getting found innocent. That was actually a mispronunciation. It was a hung jury. One wanted to find him guilty, but the 7 out of the other 11 that said he was innocent, they said he's not innocent. I just don't think you presented enough evidence. It's just a hard one to prove. Basically, they were out by themselves.
Which is it's good to see that people would look at it objectively like that. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, I don't know, it's not enough.
You might have did it, but it's not evidence there.
Yeah, it's just like I mean, like that's the best you can hope for out of your legal system, bro. Because like I said, bro, I said it on here before. Down at that civil clerk office in the courthouse, and there's no good work that gets done there. I said it before, I'll say it again. Good luck to everybody going through that system. Because people that work there, you better hope they don't lose some shit. You better hope that
I also listened to the
there.
audio version of that one I was telling you about before, the staircase. That's another one I wish people listened to, because like it's another one where you're like, damn it,
These are all Crumb Junkie?
No, these are all different ones. At this point, I have so many I listen to.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of true crime ones.
I've listened to so many crime junkies. I've listened to almost all the crime junkies. Like 4 years of crime junkies, dude. Because I drive a lot, So I just hook that bitch up to the aux and just bam, I'm just true crime solving cases all day, bro.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the Dateline now. So now I'm on the Dateline shit. You know what I mean?
See, those are my favorite days when I'm at work and like I have a lot of things to do, because when I have a lot of things to do, that means I'm not getting like interrupted by like a phone or like by like someone that like comes into the shop. Like I'll just be in my groove doing work and just chilling, and then I could just have it with my headphones in and just be busting out work.
That's how I always, because when I'm driving, I'm like, what am I listening to the radio the whole time? What am I listening to sports radio the whole time? That's all I'm gonna learn every day is sports.
What I started doing was on my Xbox, I started banging the Spotify, with the podcast, and I have that playing while I'm playing my game, and it's just all coming through at the same time. It just
yeah, that's good.
and it just I turn the game down a little bit and turn it up a little bit. It just it works.
Cool.
It's fun. I was trying to do it playing Call of Duty. It didn't work out too much because that game's just so fucking loud.
Yeah,
the game's so loud. And then once you turn it down, you just can't hear footsteps.
Then you can't hear shit. You can't hear nothing.
Tell you what, well, I've been playing the Destiny though, so that's been fun. But
you've been playing some Destiny.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know if you'll like it though, man, because it's that fantasy, type of sci-fi space shooter, and you're killing like non-human things. It's just,
Once it gets to that point, it's gonna be tough for me.
It's just so much fun, man. It's just fucking.
I'm not saying I don't. Like
I've always liked the sci-fi shit, man.
I like sci-fi shit to a degree. Like I forget, like kind of like how Borderlands is. Like it's just too cartoony for me.
It's such a neat art style, man.
It is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I think all of them are cool. Yeah. They're all unique art styles.
But
like for me, it's like
either, bro. I don't like that
when shit like blows up and like splatters. It's probably not for me.
Well, especially Borderlands, when like like them, they have like they're known for like their wacky gun concepts.
Yeah.
Where they'll throw the gun to reload, and that gun will blow up, and then you spawn a new one. Like I get you on that, because I don't like Borderlands too much either. But I do. I mean, like I just love any type of fantasy shit, especially when there's like a class thing and you're like you have abilities and stuff. Like that's why like Rainbow Six took off so much. Like I want to see more games do like be built more around like real hard competitive play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
But you know,
Overwatch like that, like where you have like the
I'm talking to the guy the other day though, and like we're talking about Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, yeah, I love the games, but I always say what we always say. Where I'm like, missions are just too easy though. And, he's like, I like that they're like that. He's like, I like that I could just go up and kill everybody and do my
yeah.
thing and shit. I'm
Man,
like,
people are casual, bro.
I guess, yeah, but there should be an option for difficulty depth.
Yeah, people play games like really casually sometimes, man. I mean I've done it, but like not to that degree where like usually when I'm playing something where like I'll have to play through. I want it to be tough. Like when we played the Ghostlands, we were like
Dude,
we wanted to be on a realistic. We wanted to be fun and challenging.
I'm so interested in growth at this point in my life, bro. Like if it ain't pushing me, I don't want it. I was just talking about that with a guy at work the other day. How like I know a lot of people, bro. They always just search for the easiest matchup. And I think that tells a lot about someone, bro. When you're always looking for the easiest way to do something. You see people on a job site. It's like they know, X amount of things got to be done. Oh, I'll clean the glass. So they ain't got to carry glass, something like that. Just always looking for the easiest way to do things, bro. Just a bad trait. A bad trait.
That's what's always been like, like when I think about like, I work my ass off, and I work my ass off for the wrong people. It's like you gotta focus your energy on like, working hard for yourself. You
Would
gotta
your
work
boss
hard for
even come
yourself,
to your
man.
funeral?
Probably, but it doesn't. It's not the point.
Think so?
I do think so. Yeah.
Who should get in contact with?
I think she probably even offered to help pay for some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's offered. Shit
It
like that
depends how you
before.
die,
She's
right?
offered shit like that before. Especially if you're tragically dead.
You overdose.
But anything at this age is pretty tragic.
That's actually
There's
two things I wanted to
There's
say.
not one death that isn't tragic at this age when you think about it.
There was two things I was thinking. Is number one, I think the only shot at helping people that have been traumatized at youth by sexual abuse, physical abuse, whatever, might be psychedelics, bro. That might be the only shot we got. And number two, that guy who flew that plane and killed himself.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it sound like this, but like if you are gonna commit suicide, do what you go out how you want to go out like that, right?
Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody.
And he didn't. He just did what he was like. You know what? I always want to fly a plane. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm killing myself. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll kill myself.
Because don't hurt nobody.
How crazy was that? Being in that
same
cockpit.
Thing. If I was
once he's up there, he's just like, I'm really.
Bro, if I was to take myself out, bro, I'd be doing every fucking thing I want to, man. I would not care. Let me run up these credit card checks real quick. Fuck it. What's the point? I'm outie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just go and do some crazy ass shit. Just go ham somewhere. Do your bucket list, and just ball out, and then end it.
Something I was. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying to take off something a little different, but I mean, like, one thing I was thinking about recently was like, do you think that there is a way? Well, first of all, you would have to, believe in some type of like reincarnation. But let's say there is, for this, sake of this argument, that there is reincarnation, and the soul is, then reborn into like another human. Do you think there is a way to preserve the knowledge of the previous existence going into that next rebirth?
Yes. Yep. I do believe that. You're saying like, do you carry your past life with you?
No, I think you do carry your past life with you, but it's the knowledge of that past life. Not like you were living in a past life, but like more so that like you have the knowledge that they had, but also with like the same personality traits. Because like, what they say is that like when someone passes, in this particular theory or this particular thing I'm talking about, is that when you go through this rebirthing process, your soul was then pretty much wiped clean of all personality traits, unless achieve some type of transcendence or enlightenment in some form, which is what they say about.
Let me give you something different, right? So this is kind of a blend of, a mix of my sister instilling these beliefs in me, that the ones that make sense to me and the ones that don't, and a mix of my own. She has got such a great thing when she talks about the charts I told you about, where it's like it's a concept you can believe, where like if basically you fill out a chart as a soul, right, to do whatever experience. This is why my sister has such a good capability of looking past bad things, because she believes that those people wrote that in their chart, right? Where like she still suffers, as a human, she's going to feel sad, but like she believes that even if like you were tortured when you were 10 till you were deaf, like you wrote that in your chart because you wanted to experience that. You want to experience everything, right? So let's go back to the thing I was telling you about. Like, what if the Big Bang is God itself, right? And that expanded into trillions and trillions and trillions of souls. And those souls are just constantly filling out charts as we expand throughout the universe of doing everything. You want to do it all because that's
Right.
what you're here to do.
Yeah.
You're here to do it all. And everyone gaining that knowledge and being a better soul, a better person, a better star, a better planet, whatever you are the next time, until eventually the universe is utopia. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I've been picturing it, like that. Like you have to experience being a child abuser
Have you
to understand, that it doesn't make sense, but it does.
have you watched any of the Midnight Gospel yet with Duncan Trussell?
I watched like a half episode of the first one.
Yeah, which I mean, like, first of all, it wasn't what I expected. Where like, it was an animated podcast, pretty much, which is I wasn't sure what to expect. And it was an animated podcast where like, you have all this crazy trippy shit going on in the background, but none of that's
It's
pertinent.
very Adventureland-y. That's who wrote it.
Well, none of it's pertinent
drew it.
to like what they're talking about. Whatever they're
Yeah.
talking about has nothing to do with
It
what
is
they're talking
cool
about.
too.
So, oh yeah, I would love to watch that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyway, there was one episode where he's talking to this one guy about this guy who's practicing magic, and he was talking about it in the sense of not so much where you're casting spells or like you're trying to shoot fire at your hands or anything like that, but magic in a sense of like very ritualistic where you're using these magical abilities to cast something on you to help you achieve it's almost like a meditation, almost like a where you're trying to have like a meditative trance and transcend kind of like that like existence for a little bit. And what they were saying with that was that they believe that was the way that you achieve that type of anchoring where you don't go through that type of cleansing and you don't like retain your memories, but you retain that knowledge
Huh.
of how
Yeah.
you're able to like into the next life.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
Same thing.
so
Yeah.
now so what got
It's in
what
the
got me
DNA.
what got me thinking from that point was that like so let's say that there's that like type of thing that like would it I guess what I'm saying is like would it necessarily explain kind of like our current course of like humankind, like how like have some people achieve that in a way in these like kind of like secretive societies, in the secret
Hmm.
societies, like have they achieved that in some type of way? And is that how they hold on to the grasp of power through
Yeah.
the generations?
Definitely
Or,
possible. It's definitely
you know,
possible. I get what you're saying. We don't know. Like, are they really sacrificing shit? You know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
really did sacrifice shit and it worked?
Exactly.
Like, once
Exactly.
again, something that's been tried and true over time for that long, there's
Sacrifices.
usually something to it. There's usually something to us all of a sudden. There's usually something to it. That's been around forever.
Oh, yeah, sacrifices? Yeah. People, animals, everything, bro.
Witch
Dogs,
magic.
everything, bro. Yeah. But I mean, like it's like we were talking about earlier, is that like to me, nowadays, it's all anything's really possible, man. It's just like
Yep. That's why I just want to keep fucking with
not
it.
necessarily what makes you happy, but as long as it doesn't hurt others,
What makes you
I
happy,
think
bro?
I think
That's the
I think
motto.
there might be an actual key, and it may be the actual goal of humankind is to kind of transcend to that point.
I think every day you should just do what makes you happy and then live with the consequences. That's what I think.
Beautiful way to live,
I'm a
man.
consequence guy and I'm a happy guy.
Beautiful way to live.
Whatever it is. You want to go do crystal meth? Deal with the meth addict problems.
Yeah.
It's what it is, buddy. But you're happy.
Deal with it on the back end.
As long as you're happy. You
Yeah.
want to be a homeowner? Buy a home. You
I've,
got a home now. You're staying there.
I've had some regular decisions where I've just been like, it's just like this is how I feel in the moment. I'm not gonna do it, or I'm gonna do it. Fuck it, and I'll deal with the consequences afterwards. We've all been in that position one point or another. You know what I'm saying? And, and that's the whole thing.
Another famous
Get ready to
quote.
deal with the consequences, like you
Reminds
said.
me of the same fucking quote that I love to say. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. Always, brother.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It wasn't as fun as I thought it'd be. I thought it was gonna be lit. There's like 10 people there.
It was cool. Wasn't worth it.
Not worth it. I regret it. I'm sorry.
Why you mad?
Let me give you something I've been thinking about. I was telling you before how I was seeing animals as like Pokemon, like a couple of them animals, And I was thinking about how like humans don't really have anything, like we're pretty much just smart. I mean, I guess you could say thumbs, but like we don't have wings or fangs or anything cool like that, you know? You know what I was thinking that our superpower might be, bro? Emotion, right? Like, what if we were granted with all of those superpowers? Because I was thinking about how far you can go with each one. Like, when you're at your ultimate bliss, doesn't matter what happens that day, you're happy, right? And when you're at your most frustrated and you're angriest, doesn't matter what happens that day, you're angry, bro. And when you're in a panic situation and you need to survive, your adrenaline kicks in and you use that emotion. Adrenaline is our superpower. Other people have it, but that is our superpower. I was thinking about that a lot. And also just like love, love being a superpower, like how much I would be able to do for, my child or my nephew. Like, man, you lift a car up, right? You just would do it. You just would do it, bro. Adrenaline and love.
Adrenaline, man.
There's your superpower right there.
Everything just expands and everything.
Shoot into my heart.
And you pretty much gain super strength, bro. It's insane, but like your body can't sustain that for long.
You also don't know you have super strength. That's the problem.
And like, if you ever been through adrenaline, you're always usually pretty hungry afterwards.
Oh, you're wiped. Yeah,
it takes a lot of energy.
But the problem is when you're in adrenaline, you don't know what you're capable of until you try it. You know what I mean? You don't know. Oh shit! I could just burn you. You know what I mean? You're just like,
everything's just being made at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the one day we cut school, we were smoking. Dude we were with was just like lighting little fires around, and next thing you know, there's a bunch of smoke as we're leaving, and we realized we're like, wow, one of those actually stuck. And we dip off from there. I mean, like you're just like sprinting so fucking hard. You're just getting loose. Like it doesn't even fucking matter. You're just like just getting so fucking low. And there's no thoughts in your head at that moment. All of it's subconscious thinking.
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, left foot.
You're just making the clearest decision.
Yep.
Does IQ matter at that point?
I don't think so, because I think at the very core, all humans are capable of that. You know what I'm saying?
But just because you reach that, does it raise IQ? That could raise instinct, right? I don't know if it raises IQ. Maybe a couple points.
But I think when it comes to subconscious thinking, it's like it's a type of it's like a survival instinct that's instilled in you from your genetic code. It's been passed on from generation to generation of human. And when you're in that moment, it's like the fight or flight response. It's like either you're gone or you fight. And then in the moment, you have that increased, ability. So you're fighting or you're using that to.
I guess what I mean is like you're hoping that like Albert Einstein would make a better split decision than Larry the Cable Guy,
you're right,
or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you're just thinking like naturally his brain is fucking working more.
But would it necessarily make their brains better at split decisions? You know what I'm saying? Like, would they make the right split decision? Does that necessarily mean they would do that?
Well, listen, can't you train your brain? That's a real thing, right? You train your brain, right? Well, who's training their brain? Fucking Stephen Hawkins, who's fucking reading every day, thinking, creating. You know what I mean? He's training his brain.
I don't think he has the warrior gene that would be required for that type of instinct. That type of flight or
okay, action's a different thing, I guess. Yeah, action's a different thing. Yeah. He could tell me what to do.
Right, it's like this is like it's just a different type of smart. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be a really good military strategist, but can't do 2 + 2. Just because you can do quadratic formulas doesn't mean I'm a dummy per se. Or like
no, yeah. But I'm just saying like there's a lot of situations where like adrenaline it would never do something for you. Like for example, like. If you got a bomb expert, right? Or you don't even got to be a bomb expert. I'll just take Stephen Hawkins or something, and he's got to defuse a bomb. And then you got a guy who's just a random you know, your nephew's dad or some shit, just a random guy. Who you trusting to defuse that bomb more?
Probably Stephen Hawking.
Right. Just that. You're just like, he might know one thing that could help. And he might know one thing to help, but more likely is this guy because that's what he's doing. And not saying
you want to combine both of them.
You want to, exactly. You want to. I'm not saying he's a better person, but that's just what he's done with his life.
Exactly, yeah. But like
he's worked towards that.
Sending that random guy before Stephen Hawking, of course, to fight or like
Stephen Hawking can't even get up, dude.
Exactly, I know. Like Einstein, or like like any other,
You never seen a picture of Einstein young. Why you never seen a picture of Einstein young? He's always got the hair.
He wasn't famous.
He always looked like that.
He wasn't famous at that point,
You can chill with Stephen Hawking or Albert Einstein when they're 21 years old for one day.
I'll probably do Stephen Hawking.
You on Hawkins? Why?
I'm not sure. Just because like early on he tackled a lot of early physics problems. I think it'd just be cool to talk to that guy, especially in a young form, like a rebellious form. He's just like, yeah, shrooms are cool, And so is these crazy formulas that explain the universe. Like, you
got one day with him? Are you doing shrooms with him?
I would do them, yeah.
If he wanted, if he went to, you would do shrooms on that day.
Yeah.
You don't think are you ruining your day? You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Man. Am I gonna be able to get? I don't know. I'm just looking at this thing. Like, I'm trying to just suck information from people now. So like, I'm like, is it gonna affect my? I guess it would enhance, and then it would wear off. You got 24 hours. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I guess it can get technical, but you get what I'm saying. I want to, like I was telling you, like
gravity of what he would say though.
I was telling you, like with Kay's uncle though, it's like you really want to target the convo now. If somebody has something to offer, like you're talking to like young Jamie. You want to learn something about podcasting. Like, you just want to learn something about being behind that or something, right? Like,
I got you,
what that tune, you just want to learn something. Just anything. Yeah. If you never bring it up, he won't. That's what he does for a living. He's never going to bring that up. He's already done that. He does it every day. You would have to target that conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, mushrooms, we're going to have fun. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about some shit. But, like, I want to know, like, some deep shit about, and I would go Einstein. And I want to talk about like his childhood and shit. I like shit like that. Like what made this bitch? I do know one thing about him. He didn't talk to you. He was 4, and they say
autistic, I believe.
I guess he was on the spectrum technically, but that's why his brain was allowed to develop in other sectors. The brain, man, the brain. You imagine just like one day it's just like you got no body, bro. It's just your brain and your vertebrae and just the nervous system going down it, and it just floats.
Or it's just your brain.
You gotta have the nervous system.
It's just your brain.
I want a nervous system.
But it's just your brain.
I want a weird looking tentacle.
Eventually, they're like, fuck the spine. Fuck the vertebrae. We're just brains now.
I like the tentacle part.
Like, I'm a minimalist, so I'm just going brain. I'm going all brain. Okay?
I need nothing.
I'm just a dome piece.
I always say that like the best thing evolution could do would just make a. Why didn't evolution let us photosynthesize? Like we should eat sun.
We should eat sun.
That would be the best thing. We do technically.
But
like, what? Can you imagine if you went on the sun for 10 hours and you were full? How weird would that be?
Imagine you go outside, you just be like, you just wake up, you go outside, you're just like,
yum. Tastes so good today.
It's stormy, I'm not gonna eat today.
You go and look for that sunspot just because you're like, you want a snack? We're like, yeah. You go and look for like the one spot where the sun's at.
Everyone's there, like, look at the line. God damn it. I got 30. I only got 30, man.
That would be perfect.
This guy's cutting.
So there's a cod slide. Oh. Yeah. Dips.
So good. I mean,
it's like that person you just did. He's walking up to the line. He's by himself, and like the clouds open up for 1 second and like hits that spot. You know what I mean? He's like, everybody else in the line. They're looking at. They're like, when the cashier's like, I'm gonna open up this line right here, and you're like, line? Should I start that line?
Yeah, should I go on that line?
Or should I stay in this joint because I'm right here?
I only got 30. I just feel like it was just like. I think that'd feel orgasmic, bro. You like, cause I like even now, you go out in the sun, bro. You feel the sun for a little bit. You're just like,
you're out there for 16 hours, just like I'm stuffed.
Oh yeah, everyone's fat. Yeah.
Is that how a plane is, dude? On a good ass sun, dude. A good ass sunny day, 16 hours, like at night, just like.
Well, if you think about most,
well, you need some water.
Most jobs that require you to be in the sun like that are jobs where you work your ass off. So you probably just be like cocky as fuck. You'd be
Right.
cocky, yeah. You'd be like,
yeah. Or you be fat. You gotta lift, I guess.
you know, yeah. You're working, especially you working 16 hours on a construction site. Just walk rest. Biggest shit, bro.
It's just crazy that we're fucked if the sun don't shine and the rain don't rain. We're fucked. We need both of them. That's the two things we need, right?
Yeah, water is so beautiful, bro.
What if they just lie to you about the ozone? That's what I always worry about. Like, they say it's healing, but I'm always like, what if there's a big ass gap in that bitch? What if there is no ozone? What if it's a big ass radiation belt?
Is like the craziest conspiracy you could think of actually turns out to be true. I'm just like,
Epstein's rotating in space junk.
I was the dummy.
What are you talking about, dude? I told you a crazy conspiracy, and you said
dummy.
it wouldn't affect you at all.
Yeah,
you said if you found out they was lying about the moon, you didn't care.
I thought, let's say like the Earth was really flat. You'd be like,
I told you that one too. Boy, you did not care. You did not care about her.
I was a dummy.
You're gonna be combing through chaos, bro, trying to find that little sector.
I was the dummy. That never happened.
Dude, that happened, bro.
I was the dummy. I think you said that.
No. I was a dummy.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that one would fuck you though. That one fucks you in the ass, huh? Any bigger ones than that?
Bigger ones. 9/11 actually turns out to be like inside. Like,
is that bigger than Earth flat?
No, it's not.
Nothing's bigger than Earth flat, right?
Space is fake.
Trump's an alien.
Space isn't real.
What about if Trump like unzipped his fucking face and it was just an alien? Is that crazier than Earth flat?
What if it was like something like the Mandela effect was real? We found out we were in an alternate timeline. Like
is that crazier than Earth flat though? Like what? Like, think about that. Just think about that. Like, dude, that's pretty crazy, right? You're just like,
that'd be stupid crazy.
That takes days to process. You're just like, so ice wall, just off the side.
I'm going to the edge.
Are we rotated?
Who all knows this? Now everyone knows this. What happens?
All the country.
Everyone knows what happens. I think I might jump off the side.
No, everybody finds out right away, and they go rushing in their vehicles with everything to go to the fucking walls. And when you get there, it's every country's army, bro, waiting. Nuclear weapons.
Mowing people down.
And mowing people. But it's fucking 6.5 billion people that want to see it.
Bro,
and it's just the ultimate revolution,
March,
dude. I want to see a revolution. I wish I was there for Egypt. I wish I was there for Egypt's revolution because it was successful. So that would have been cool. A successful revolution, Boston Tea Party. You know what I mean?
I remember when we were younger and Occupy Wall Street became a thing. And it was all these different camps all around the world.
That one didn't work.
Well, what's the thing? Like, I remember I saw all these camps. I'm just like, oh, it's gonna work. It can work. We gotta push harder.
What were they trying to do?
Harder.
Were they trying to stop Wall Street? I don't understand. I don't know what the purpose was. I forget.
Politics type deal shit. You know. What
I like that. I can get behind that.
It's like, just take.
Doesn't that seem like an obvious one? It's so weird how many seem obvious that aren't true.
And also, like it was a huge thing about like like regulating Wall Street. So like. All this like grubby money was in like
right
pockets. And
what's regulating Wall Street mean? It's like cap it,
maybe tax it more.
You know what's the craziest thing that I always think about is how politicians don't get drug tested. Isn't that weird?
Bro, they tax the shit out of capital gains.
Dude, what I'm saying is,
you don't drug test the president.
No politicians get drug tested, bro. You can look that up. No drug testing for politicians.
I would love to see the drug cocktail these dudes are operating on, man.
But the 16-year-old will get drug tested at Wendy's.
What medication do you gotta be on to look like Mitch McConnell? Like, come on. This glassy-eyed looking motherfucker all day, bro.
He looks like he cured diabetes.
What's Pelosi banged up on?
Pelosi looks like nothing but Botox.
Like, what is she's banged up on something,
she's
bro. She's on something upper,
Botox.
bro. That's something pumping her veins.
You think she's on the upper? I think she's on the downer, if anything.
Probably.
She slurs words a lot.
Live right a little bit.
She's slow too. What's Trump on? What do you think Trump's on?
Hella cholesterol medication.
I think he's on Adderall or something like that.
I think Adderall. Do some fucking coke, man.
Nah, if he's doing something cleaner, he's doing like speed or something, right? They got like a synthetic for that. He ain't doing
good ass coke.
He's not snorting coke.
Good ass coke, bro.
He can't snort coke, bro.
Good ass coke, bro.
Colombian bang.
Y'all might bang up coke, bro. Warlord style with the gunpowder.
Stock exchange lifestyle, right? Like you're just dealing in this shit all day, bro. We got a fucking $18 filibuster. Bernie just bangs one.
Come on, man. Like they gotta do
No,
something,
Bernie
bro.
does a 50 off of
Or
the fucking
they just might
Congress
be banged up on
tooling.
Adderall. They might just be banged up on Adderall all day, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Adderall. That's what I think because like you're hyped up, but you're also paying attention. You know what I mean?
Hella milligrams of Adderall, bro. And then they got some Xannies later for when they got need to go to sleep.
Or Valium.
Out like a light, bro. It's out,
Yeah,
dog. Just,
I think a lot of them are Valium. And what's the other one that like Rosie O'Donnell was on? Ambien.
yeah.
Ambien's dangerous.
Yeah,
Why is
especially
that still legal?
because like everyone, bro, and that's the thing. Like it's like everyone knows it too. They're like, look, take some Ambien, and then you fight the sleep. You get real fucking wavy, dog.
And it's crazy because like they banned Quaaludes
Wait,
for the
don't-
same thing.
Don't do Ambien.
But they banned Quaaludes for the same exact thing, but they didn't ban Ambien.
You banging lewds back in the day? You could do some lewds.
Usually not a fan of downers. I'd probably do Coke.
before the lewds.
Did you catch me in 80s? Rush, rush, give me yayo, yeah.
Imagine you're like
Rush, rush, give me
you're like how
yayo.
they how they picture DiCaprio, but it's like, yeah, like come on.
Yeah, sound like that. I'm
Why
more
can't
of
I be
a
like that, man.
rush, rush, give me yayo,
I
yeah.
would still try a Quaalude though. I'll try one.
Rush, rush, give me yayo. I'm playing that in a Lambo.
And then, look, this is the thing, bro. Like I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna be like 70, 75. I don't know what age I'm gonna go let myself go at, but I'm going on my own terms. I'm fucking going on a mean ass Coke binge. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Going out all coked up, fucking.
I feel like we're gonna do Coke when we're 70 and be like, we should have did Coke when we were 30. We would have been way able to do more things. I want to do things that my body cannot allow.
I wish they allowed to do more Coke.
I don't have another 70, Steve.
Like,
I'm gonna miss you.
I easily feel
I
50
can't
right
imagine
now.
that, bro. You imagine we're friends for like fucking another 50 years, bro, and one of us dies, dude, and you're like, gotta be there at the deathbed. You're just like, fun ride, dog. Fun ride, brother. No, we're gonna rail that.
I always thought I'd go sooner.
And you close your eyes, bro, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna miss you, Steve. He's like, I ain't dead. I'm not at all. I like how 6 months on me. What, Steve?
You got
You
Coke?
said you were dying.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
think you would come if you didn't.
You got any Coke?
Ever since our book deal went bad, we haven't talked much.
Roll up. Your lungs are failing. Roll up.
Dude, can you get him to put something in my IV drip?
Hey, man, I'm going on my own terms, man. I'm not like.
What's
How
your own
else
terms?
do you die? Like you just not wake up one day?
Dude, I'll die any way. God can kill me any way he wishes, except for murder. I do
Yeah,
not
no
want someone to
murders,
take
bro.
my
No
life. I do
murders.
not want
No-
someone to take my life. You hear that, bitches? Do
No
not
murders.
take my life.
Fuck you. No murders. Eat a
I'll
dick.
burn to death before I get murdered.
No, but no
I don't
arson.
want no one.
But no arson.
I don't want no one
Now-
to get away with that.
That's the thing. My own terms. I'm gonna take my own life. But it also depends on my quality of life that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be that dude. Like I remember it was
So,
that World War II veteran. He was like 92 or like 102 or some shit. He was still smoking cigars and drinking and driving. Well, he wasn't drinking and
Love
driving,
it.
but he was driving and shit. You know, just like
so do you think assisted suicide should be legal?
yeah, I do. Because
At
I
what
mean-
age?
Well, I mean, like I think especially in terminal cases, you know,
Like, should a 15-year-old be able to sign off?
I think with parents terminal shit, pain.
How do we do with kids? That's gonna be the hard one, right?
you know
I'm
what
already
I'm saying?
getting to the end of that one.
I mean, like it's just like
You got a 10-year-old, and he's just like, I don't want to do this no more. It's the third time he came back. I'm done doing chemo.
yeah, I don't yeah. You have a good point. I don't think we do it with kids. Yeah, good point.
But now that fucking 16-year-old's like, what? I have the right to fucking. I'm done. Look how weak I am. I can't fight no more. I want to die. I want to move on to the next life. I'm giving you
That's
right
the
now.
thing,
You
I don't
know,
know,
I'm
man.
giving you
It's
now.
tough. It's
I'm
tough.
giving you now.
But kids, man, you know, it's just like you got just
So now I take you to the next step, right?
what if I
Now-
kid just wants
now I
to
take you
turn
to
out
that-
lives?
Now I'll take you to that scary step.
Is that already scary?
What if that's your 13-year-old? Fourth time the cancer came back. Seen her go through, 4 or 5 years of cancer treatment. She's just like, Dad, I can't do this no more. I love you and mom. I love everybody, but I can't do this no more. This is just horrible.
You gotta fight, baby.
Is what you say?
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's tough.
I like it though.
It's
You
tough.
we gave one
No,
alternative. You
no.
gave an alternative.
No, it's tough.
You
It's tough. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like,
You could do this.
I also think
Don't
about
quit.
like
You're not a quitter.
how would
You cannot say I did not agree as a quitter at
well,
that
well,
moment.
listen.
No.
How else? Like, I'm trying to think. How would we kill these people? Would it be like lethal injection? What
Yeah.
are you like? That just seems
Lethal injection.
crazy.
Why?
Just voluntary lethal injection. It just seems insane. You know?
Well, for seniors, it
Wild.
doesn't.
It's wild. Just
An
bang it.
80-year-old just like, bro, I'm
But
literally
you
in
got
pain
this-
every
but-
fucking day. I don't know why I want.
We got this kid right
Dude.
here though, man. That's just where it
But
gets
bro,
crazy, bro.
but listen, I'm 80 years old and I'm like, bro, I'm in pain every single fucking day. I don't know
Well,
why
that makes
my
sense.
body
Yeah,
won't die.
Yeah.
I don't know
but-
why I won't
but we
die.
have a kid on this in this table right now.
Every day I wish I would die. Every night.
We have this kid
And
right
my
here,
bo-
bro.
Imagine that though. Imagine really wanting to die. You're like 77. You had a horrible life. You're just like ready to go, and you're just like, why will my body die? I don't want to commit suicide, but just like die.
Bang him up. Plug me up.
Fuck him up.
Yep.
So what age you got to be? 18.
It's tough, man, but I think so. You know, I mean,
So you agree that 18 is an adult?
conventional standards, I guess.
We're getting you everywhere
Yeah.
tonight, bro. You just,
Conventional standards, I guess, bro.
you get horrible in your Supreme Court decisions.
That's all about that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think you could be there? I trust you more than them.
I mean, you know, like it's
You
just
ain't
like,
dumb, son.
I know, but like when it comes to these types of things, you know, it's just like it's. I don't know.
Make a decision. Make a decision. You think you can? I mean, obviously,
Like I said, I don't think the kid. You know,
What's
in
your
my
initial
mind,
response?
In my mind, the kids. You know, it's like I don't want the kids
Hard
on the
one,
lethal
right?
injection table. You know what I'm saying?
hard one.
Yeah.
But then you could just have like loopholes where like both the
Plus, it's
parents, but the parents sign off on getting the kid emancipated. The kid gets emancipated. Now it's its own adult. Signs off on it. How you feel about that?
I mean,
Now you got
man,
their loopholes, right?
Yeah. Now, I mean, now I guess you really want to die. Go
Period.
ahead.
Period. You cannot get assisted suicide until you're 25.
You got emancipated. There you go.
But we say that a man's brain isn't fully grown until he's 25, right?
But this guy might not live. Actually, they said he's not going to live.
Yeah.
Definitive, he's not going to live to 25 at this point.
But what is that? What is definitive? Because they literally give timelines all the time.
Exactly.
And they're wrong, bro.
That's why I said no to kids. You know, or I'd say, hey, you're still fighting this shit when you're 18. Hey,
But-
you can go out. You can go out, man.
But you weren't dumb when you were 16, bro. If you
Yeah, I
wanted,
was.
dude. What I'm saying is you weren't dumb for a 16-year-old. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
okay.
Like you weren't that type of 16-year-old.
Yeah.
You would have knew if you wanted to die at 16, Steve. I think you would have knew.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure, man.
so I get what you're saying at like 10. It's like, yeah, that's kind of crazy to be listening to a kid and killing them. But like 16, it's like, that's pretty hard to say. I think 16
It's-
would
it
probably
really
be
is-
my,
really is
now that I
man.
think about it, I think 16 is probably my limit.
Because also with doctors, you know, sometimes they you know it turns out they end up living, and it's like, all right, well,
But you can't
Now you're
imagine this
really
8-year-old every night in the hospital ICU.
I
And he's
know,
just like,
I know.
kill me. He screams it all night.
bro,
Kill
that'd be
me.
so scary. It'd be so scary, bro.
Kill me.
That'd be terrifying.
Kill me.
That's like some Halloween spooky haunted house shit right there, bro. It's like I cannot deal with that, bro. I'll just be like, look, this kid's a demon.
We'll pay you 280 grand a year to be the one that administers the shit in the
Alright.
IV.
Now, so now that it's that way. Now, hold up.
Everything included, 401k
And
we
also-
match,
Also, any
company car.
now any legislation against me is also going to jeopardize my job. So I'm also going to lobby against any laws that
And that-
stop that.
To allow
Ah.
that. To allow that so you can make more money. Because you get commission.
I already have the jobs, and I got to stop any laws that override that.
No, now you use fentanyl so you can go to Cali on the vacation trips they give you for the kickbacks.
Yep.
And I can go to Tijuana and fuck horse for selling Oxycontins.
Yep. And I'm chilling. And I'm just chilling out here, bro. All
You're just like,
because
could you do that?
no.
Could you do that?
No, hell
Could you
no.
do that? How far is your moral code go, brother? But you said you would be an oil driller, so you don't care about Earth, but you don't want to sell oxys.
you know, I've been desperate
Piece of
for
shit.
money, but not desperate for money. I mean, like, I've learned a lot more about oil drill. I would not do it, bro. I would not
Thank
do it
you.
at all, man.
Thank you, because I came to that conclusion too, and I said it with you. So now we both came to that conclusion that we would not do
Yeah,
that. And it hurts.
but it's enticing.
Could you
because,
imagine, like, you
but-
drill into it and, like, you're just like, you hear Earth crying. On some
But not
native
only
shit.
not only that, like you got the Earth because I mean, like, 2, it's dying industry. 3, the rate of death on these things and dismemberment is actually a very fucking high.
$1 million a year to beat a cattle slaughterer with the hammer guy.
I'm good.
$1 million a year to just incinerate the aborted babies in the clinic.
Straight. I'm good. I'm good, G.
$500,000 a year to euthanize truly hurt horses in races.
Truly hurt horses? What's up? I will give them mercy.
But they got hurt in a man-created cash game that we all bet on.
That's true.
Racing them around a track.
That's very true.
So now you're this guy, huh?
That's
Oh,
very
I'll
true.
take care of your dirty work, you little 100-pound bitches who make millions of dollars while I make $500,000 for putting 12 horses a day out of their misery. They have the side eye, bro. Even when they're laying down, they're looking at you.
I'll give them
Think
mercy,
about
bro.
that. You're just like, sorry,
Look,
man. You ain't that
look,
lethal.
Look,
You couldn't
man,
do it, bro.
Look, I'm sorry, man.
You quit. You would quit.
I'm sorry that you're in this man-made contraption. It's human culture. It's weird.
But now you're hurt,
And I understand horsey, but they hurt you.
and they give me $500,000.
And someone has to do the job.
But you wouldn't do it for free.
I'm sorry that I wouldn't do it for $1 less than $500,000. Now let me finish my horse prayer.
Well, then you should have
Let me
said.
finish my goddamn horse
Well,
prayer,
then you
bro.
should have said
You're
untaxed.
disrespecting these
I'm
horses.
sorry.
You're disrespecting these horses.
I'm
I
sorry.
gotta kill.
I'm sorry.
I gotta kill these
All right,
horses
can you take it from the beginning?
respectfully.
Can you take it from the beginning? Okay. Look, I'm a horse.
Look, I gotta kill these horses respectfully, okay? I understand that this is all really terrible. I'm not the bad guy here.
Look at me.
If they hurt you, they hurt you. And now, I'll give you mercy.
I'm
Guys.
administering the drugs.
I know you said 12 gauge. I'm just blowing this up.
12 gauges?
This is the thing. This is the funny thing. Hold on. Let me get this out. This is the funny thing. You 12 gauge it, you blow the head off, and you're just like, mercy. You know? Just like, I have the
I
mercy.
stand over top.
May God have rest easy on your soul. But like, you just blew its fucking head off.
And you do that like 19, 20 times with that gauge, bro. And then like the 21 time, the horse is just crying, bro. And you're just like, and then you go back to the fucking jockey locker room, bro. And you just go Van Helsing, bro, with 2 fucking double barrels. Just blowing shotties off. It's national news. Horse euthanizer.
For every horse.
Shotgun horse euthanizer. Oh, what's a shotgun horse euthanizer? Google search. Oh, in the early 1800s, they didn't have any other way to euthanize that.
For every horse that dies,
traditional.
I will kill a jockey.
If I kill a horse, I kill a jockey. That is my standard.
There we go. I've now evened
If the
out,
horse dies, the jockey dies
I've
with
evened
it.
out the scales. That's why I'm a Libra.
Okay, you're fired.
That's why I'm a Libra.
You're
I'm
fired.
too good at my job.
No, what
Can't
you
fire
are
me.
is fired.
You fired me.
You're horrible at your job.
Wow, that's got a huge severance.
We
package.
told you to stay from Pimlico. You think Pimlico gave you a fucking severance package, dog?
I'm not working. I'm working it
This
off.
man thought Pimlico's horse euthanizer
Nah,
would
I'm
get
working-
a fucking severance package.
You're paying me $500,000. You damn right I am.
Dog, what you get is what you got. You were hired for 3 months. Here's your $87,000 after taxes. Get the fuck out of here.
I got
We're getting new euthanizer.
year over year.
I'm going to hire a crackhead
I got
who
well,
will literally beat
you know
this
what they
thing
give
with his
me?
bare hands.
They gave me stocks, which year over year have continually lost money at the moment of inception. That's on this paper.
Well,
Okay?
hold on time until they worth nothing.
Okay, and they will be worth something one day.
You know what's the worst thing is them fucking horses that they use for the fruit. Like, what's up with that? And I'm looking at it, right? And I swear to God, I'm looking at this guy's fruit the other day, and I'm like, his grapes were an Aldi bag. I swear to God. It's an Aldi bag, bro. I think they just buy it from a store and sell it for a higher price.
It's cool because it's like a relic of like an older time, but it's like now, bro,
But,
we're past that. We're done
dude,
now.
How did you get pineapple in there? You did not grow a pineapple, and you do not know a pineapple farmer.
Oh, he just buys it in bulk.
He buys it from somewhere, right?
Yeah, they sell it to him in bulk.
And then he just walks around and sells it for a higher price and
Yeah.
says it's fresh and homegrown.
Yeah, exactly what grocery stores do. Yeah.
No, you go to a grocery store, you know they got it from somewhere. They fully admit that. That guy that walks around, he acts like that's fresh produce that either he grows or he has a connect to.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, but I've always seen Dole bananas back there. It's always been Dole bananas. There's never been no
Dude, how
non-Dole
can they
bananas.
make money then? They have to fucking upcharge the bananas that are in the store?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They get them from the company.
What
At a
company?
lower
You think
price.
you think they're dude?
They're fruit companies, yeah.
You call up fucking Dow Bananas and you think that you're gonna be able to buy enough for them?
It's like
to
restaurant
personally
suppliers,
ship?
yeah. Restaurant suppliers, yeah.
You think you're gonna order enough to get them shipped to your house?
But they have like 6 of them, and they have like a whole like operation, bro. They have
How
a,
many bananas
have
do
a
you gotta
huge-
order, brother?
Bro, they have a huge stable in the middle of the city, bro.
Bro, how many bananas do you think you gotta order to get it delivered to your front door by them?
Not that much, bro.
How many? Tell me.
Bro,
What do you
listen,
think?
listen,
100 bananas? You think
listen.
they're gonna bring that to you?
Listen, yeah,
200
yeah.
bananas?
Well, also with the watermelons and shit, yeah. Because I've worked in
Oh,
food,
everything
bro.
maybe.
I worked in food, bro, and like the shit that restaurants get on a daily basis, like as far as like produce and stuff, it's not a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if you find like a smaller spot. Like I mean, like of course, like you'll see them with hella fish and stuff, and that's what they're pushing. But I mean, like they'll pull up with just like they got like fruit salad or some shit. Or they're doing like some type of buffet. You know, they pull up with the fruit, like it's just like a carton of bananas, some watermelons. You know, just like it's the same. It's just like the same company, it's a distribution. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like the market does the same thing, so they can also.
Okay, I get it with the other fruit.
Even if they're doing 20 cents on top of
I
that.
just didn't picture like if you call them up like, hey, I want 100 bananas. They're like, all right, come get them or something.
And
maybe.
usually people buy from that A-Rabber just because it's the A-Rabber, bro. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, A-Rabber.
Why do you call him an A-Rabber? I've never heard that.
I know, but it's like
it's always black guys.
It's so cool to like buy fruit from like the little horse.
It's
truck,
fruit man.
You know, just like
it's a fruit man.
Well, I mean, with the technical term, A-Rabber.
I ain't never heard that one.
Never heard
that sounds racist, even.
A-Rabber.
I'm sorry to YouTube. Sponsoring us.
Google it, bro. Culture yourself.
No, brother, that's the fruit man.
Peace up.
I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely the fruit man, bro.
I don't know what Israelian taught you that. But they true, brother, okay?
Keyword in there.
Your Jewish Clevenger friend?
Keyword in there, alien. Aliens are amongst us.
Wow, that where you're really going to go? Illegals? Let them all in here. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. We love you. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Amy.
Have a good night.
Appreciate you all. Keep checking us out. We'll be on more. We're staying active. We're staying active. We're staying active. What a cast.
Like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate you. Have a good night. I'll hit with some more, bro. Hit with some more.